My next guest comes directly. We're a little out of order tonight because he is taping his special, and he has to come over here, and then he has to leave. All I can say about Don Rickles is that I've always felt that it was a shame that Martin Bormann didn't live to see his firstborn. Would you welcome, please, Mr. Don Rickles?
How are you? I'm here for the rodeo. Forgive me for my dress, John, but I'm working, and I had no idea there was going to be a wedding tonight or something. And I'm working over at the other network, and I couldn't get dressed up for this cockamamie affair here. But it's a great night. The president, Don Durgan, is that his name?
Durgan.
Don Durgan. Who cares? He was in the back in the hall, walking around going, "I'm the president." He told that to Reagan, who stepped on his hand and left. Governor Reagan was thrilled.
Yeah, he's very excited to see you.
Why am I talking to you? I don't even like you, Joey. Anyway, I kid about Joey. I know him a lot of years.
I can't wait.
But what the whole thing is, for God's sake, let me talk.
Oh.
Well, listen, wait a minute. As long as you're imitating me, his name is not Reagan.
It's Reagan.
It's Governor Reagan, and once he explained that to me while I was introducing him. It was practically an insult. I call him Reagan, and he says, "Jack, the next time you introduce me, it's Ronald Reagan." So I said to him, "The next time you introduce me, it's Benny Kabelski." That's my right name.
I didn't know that.
I hope I didn't spoil anything.
No, Jack, I was rolling along here. My mother would say, "It's Jack Benny, keep your mouth shut."
Yeah, for God's sake.
George, your dear friend, is in the back walking around trying to find out what the affair is about. But Johnny, it's great to see that how you, on your anniversary, you sit in a big chair, and we all sit here like a group of people in a wheat field. Sitting there like King Farouk ran out of grapes. The humility in the class, now that you mix with Freddie, your producer, I didn't recognize Freddie de Cordova. Freddie, over here where the light is. He just sits in the stool going, "I'm in charge." It's a great treat, really, to be able to be with you 10 years. You know, I remember you when you started with that. You were talking about it at CBS the other day when you worked in that studio. What was the show you had then?
I did a show at the same studio you're in now.
Yeah. And what was the name of the show, John? Try to stay awake for this.
Halsey.
I can hardly wait to get back to Bel Air and go, "I'm wealthy."
It's called the Johnny Carson Show.
It's called the Johnny Carson Show. Well, wonderful, John. You're kind of dull, so I'll talk to Ed. Ed, maybe you can put the rubber band on your ear and play Marine Corps pilot for a half hour. You don't have to know, Jack. It's making a lot of money for him. Isn't this great?
Know what he's talking about.
Jack Benny came up in the dressing room in the Sahara Hotel in Las Vegas, and that's the chick when I was appearing there. And you were very sweet and kind. In fact, we had dinner together. I had, my wife and I had steak, and you had, I believe, one boiled egg. And he watches his diet, and he came up and he said, "You know something, you see, I watched you on the stage for years in the lounge in the Sahara." True, Jack, what I'm saying? And he said, "You know, you came on with some of the words and the things, you see." And I said to Mary, I said, "The kid's got to get killed. Because anybody, you see, that can come on that strong has got to be crazy."
Now,
Well, today...
Now, can we hear Humphrey Bogart?
No. Oh, I'll do it.
Now you see why I pinch it for him?
That was good, Johnny. It's good to see you get that poison out. Even on your anniversary, you always got to snap at the little Jew, huh? With the trouble in the world, I'm really just neutral.
Before this evening is over, there'll be more Jews on here than anybody else. I assure you.
And by the applause, Jack, warm up the car. We're in trouble. But I must say, in all fairness to you, John, it was Johnny Carson. I know you get embarrassed about this. Johnny Carson was the first guy to start me on television in nighttime form and bring my ridiculous kind of format to the public. And then Joey on ABC followed it up and kept me going pretty good. And I must say, Johnny, and very honestly, because my name was like, oh, here he comes, you know, and you were great. You sat at the desk and you had me on the show many times. And I say this with all sincerity. We know each other. We don't see each other that often socially. I have begged. But I don't want to sit up in the room in the nude looking at stars. He loves astrology, and he sits there in the nude going, oh, Venus is sick. Anyway, but...
What?
I don't know, but they're laughing. What do you care? Why does it... Look at these people. They were in line all night going, move up, Al. But I just want to say from the bottom of my heart...
You should have seen him on the bus.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, for 10 years, may you have 10 more, and may you be blessed, really, for being kind to me and mine and my dear ones. You are a good...
I know you mean that, with all of that. Underneath that. Thank you. Now, you got to... Don really wasn't kidding about coming like this because you're in the middle of taping your special.
Yes, really. I wasn't trying to be cute or anything. This was it.
And I dropped over the other day and we did a little thing on the show.
And you were delightful, and I appreciate it.
And I hope it's a big success for you.
Well,
because
we tried.
when it's Armed Forces Radio for you. So...
Want to hear a funny line? Thank you, John. Thank you, Don. Thanks, Good
My next guest is known as Mr. Warmth, but only by those who don't know him. He is co-starring. He's got a special coming up with Don Adams, which airs this Saturday night. Coming Saturday, September the 8th at 9 p.m. Would that be 9 p.m. Eastern Time and 9 out here, I guess?
Right.
And on September...
I knew all of that when I had my show.
Oh, I see. Okay.
8 Central Time.
Yes, and on September 6th, he will be at Harrah's in Reno for two... Harrah's or Harrah's?
Harrah's.
Harrah's in Reno. Or at Reno's in Harrah. I don't care where he's...
Harrah's at Harrah's.
I personally don't care where he's going to be. Would you welcome Don Rickles? They must have seen your old act.
Boom, boom.
That's right.
Milton Berle, 1927. Boom, boom.
Didn't you ever work lounges where the drummer did...
How about a little good evening? How's
Good
your
evening.
mother? How's your family? Anything?
All right, how is your lovely wife, Barbara, and your young child?
She dies Thursday.
No, come on. What the... Hey, no, how is Barbara? We have not seen each other for
First
some
of all,
time.
why did you louse up all my jobs? Hey, you're on 10 years. He's got it made. By the way, the rodeo pony died.
Hi, I'm glad to.
Out here, he comes out with, hi, folks. Gee, I want to sing my song. My mother climbing a mountain town. Hallelujah, brother. In the back, he's going, let's get broad. Anyway. No, not true. That's a joke. Glenn's happily married like I am. You've been married. I've been married. You've had a few mistakes. I've had only one shot at it. The golden gong, they call it. Ned, you're just perfect.
Well, if you're successful... If
You're going to be in court so long the judge is going to doze off. I'll tell you that.
Well, if you're as successful at marriage as you are at television shows, you've got a lot coming up, haven't you?
what they call jamming it to the big guy. Johnny, but see, that's the great secret about you and I, because people think, you know, they always think, hey, if you're a sarcastic, attacking kind of guy like I'm not through yet, Glenn. I mean,
before you start, I want to say something.
Sure, Glenn. Could you do me a favor?
You have been the most miscast person I have ever seen on television. If you could come out and do what you do here on the Tonight Show, you could have a top 10 show anytime in the week.
No, I think... Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there that could agree with you.
Provided
they syndicate the life of Adolf Hitler,
right.
you mean?
No, really, I honestly believe that.
I'm sitting here like I'm Eichmann. Why am I sitting here like that? I'm sitting here like I'm in a glass booth and you're two Israelis voting on me. Don't vote on me. I'm doing all right, quietly. You do what you do. Come on, Benny Bob Jack. Come on, shoot fire. Right. Let this klutz do what he does, you know. Hello,
Could you imagine seeing that every week? Wouldn't that be beautiful? That's the funniest man I've ever saw in my life. I didn't see you doing that when you come in as the lawyer, baby, going, oh, yes, dear, we're going to be in the car in a moment, and you sit down. If you did that, that would be hilarious. That's fantastic. You know? The guys agree with me.
You know what's scary? He's got you and I listening. Like a big klutz, he stood up. I mean, we go to parties together. He's in the corner going, my brother died, my uncle came along. Mother Goose, no, duck. Out here became a loud pain in the you-know-what.
You're going to say, don't get it out.
There goes the image right there.
God love you, Glenn. Hey, but no, here's the God's truth. You know, when you kid around, and we do kid around a great deal, the whole thing of it is, you've been away. You've been gone for 2 weeks. You didn't know about it. You've been in Las Vegas. You go all over. You make jokes about Ed. He goes to Omaha. In fact, I met Ed up at the Jerry Lewis Telethon, and I said, Ed, how are you? He said, 8,000 people in Omaha. And I said, gee, Ed, you're so humble. Why don't you spit up in a bottle? You know. Whatever that means. But, Ed, I know and you know that someday he can't live forever, and I saw the x-rays a week. And this will be your show, just like you wanted. 90 minutes of you. Just you sitting there going, oh, your Uncle Mike, your sister Kate. Doing all the Irish fight song, and once in a while to pick it up, you can bring on Harry Yo-Yo over here. Billy Bob Jack coming out of shooting. Where is your hometown, by the way?
Delight, Arkansas. Well, nobody's ever heard of Delight.
Yes, I do. I have an uncle that runs a manure pickup truck. Saturday night in Delight. Ah, come on. You got it all over me, Al. Delight. Gee whiz. Spit up, John, if you want to. Big stars behind the desk. That's why you and the wife have trouble. Every time she wants to fool around you.
Did you hear the joke Buddy Rich told me last night backstage? Maybe I shouldn't do it on the air. I'll do it. Yeah, here's a word from United Airlines to make your next business trip more pleasant.
Good airline. We're up.
We are back now.
Here it is.
Here's your stick. Sammy K said you won.
Thank you, So you want to leave the town? Go.
Good to see the guys in the band. They were all in my dressing room tonight saying, why is he back? Johnny, who was with Joe Venuti. Johnny is one of the big trumpet players. I spoke to the hospital. Your lip is gone. That's all inside stuff. But once in a while, John, like you said the other night, you missed the band. Now you...
I did miss the band.
Now you were on vacation. You didn't get up and say to your wife, I wonder what the trumpet player is doing.
Not in exactly that phraseology.
No, don't lie. Be honest. You told me you could care less what they do.
Well...
You don't get up in the morning and worry if Doc Severinson's horse is going to spit up grass or hit the fence. You're a millionaire. You just sit in your room in the nude and go...
Now you shouldn't say that. You see, people get the wrong of you. You say, I'm a millionaire.
Well, you are a millionaire.
I'm not a millionaire.
Close. Well, you got a lot of money. You got a big house. I don't want to mention where, because last time I did, there was trouble.
That's right.
I tell you, anybody that's listening in has a little two-room apartment in Encino. Think they bought that?
Well, you live up in Beverly Hills. Hey, we got to show these outtakes
Okay.
before we get too far
Yeah,
behind. You
please
got
do.
this show coming up with Don Adams called A Couple of Dons.
May I say one thing? Don and I working together. Look, well, it'll go away.
Yes,
Pills
yes.
make it go down.
That's right.
Look at this, the chocolate soldier. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Now, what I want to say is that Don Adams and I, the uncanny thing about it is this man makes me laugh when he says hello, and we enjoy each other. September 8th, I think, personally, Joseph Scandori, not only my manager, but for the first time in my life, I said, Joe, you take charge. Do what you feel. If you think it's funny, let's make it go. So we took a shot, and I think it's the best thing I've done. And Don, I can speak for Don, too, because we really worked hard on it. But looking at each other, we really break up and enjoy each other, as I do with you many times. You know that. I'm being very sincere about it. And I feel a little different about you. You, I want to marry. But I think the film will be self-explanatory.
They're just some little things,
good word,
what they call
self-explanatory.
outtakes.
Yeah, Freddie DeCoverta, the producer, went, self-explanatory? Look that up, Al.
Watch the monitors in the studio. This is self-explanatory.
Don't be a wise guy.
Oh.
This is Don and Don opening 141, a couple of Dons.
Pretty exciting, huh?
It is. You know, it's nice.
A lot of
25
applause. Nice.
You let me talk? 25 years.
I was waiting for you. I don't know what you were looking for.
Okay, I'm looking for the dumbbell that's standing there going, where do I go with the card? 25 years, seriously. 25 years we're friends, and we finally got our own special. And I think that's exciting.
Could I talk?
Yes, you
Okay.
Okay.
What did you just say?
I said 25 years, our own special. What, did we lose some
again,
lines?
right?
Did we really? Oh, okay.
No,
What
we
does
messed
it
up
say?
12 lines.
What does it say?
I was.
Let me read it. The following names will come up here and be taken away.
Like to see it later.
I'll tell the warden that you want to come and use my bathroom. Can we take that from the top? Because that wasn't really good. You don't know anything. I swear to God. Try to do it right. Raise the malaria screen. I mean, you saw that. He got it all loused up. I was rolling, right, Ma? The old lady keeps going, Okay. Remember this?
Why don't we have that on the show?
Because America doesn't want humor. They want to see Dinah Shore cook.
Well, they're funny.
That should be part of it.
You know, that's so true what Glenn said. You know, you say that should be part of it. Because,
I've suggested to Bob for years, Bob Hope, when he comes on with the outtakes, I says, why doesn't somebody ever make
Can
a
I
show
ask you something, John?
of
Why-
just of the
why
breakups
is
in a
that?
rehearsal?
Why do networks feel, and sometimes they feel, the talk that we understood is that
Yeah.
half the world will not really be in on the in when you make mistakes.
If
or
you set it
doesn't-
up in between, I think
Which
it would
is,
make a heck of an interesting show.
We have in our show, we have some things that are mistakes that come out funny, but I genuinely someday would love to do an hour of just outtakes.
You could.
If that could happen.
It'd be a great show. I don't know how you'd have to clear all the
Right, it's a lot of
actors and so forth.
We were
but-
working with some chickens and goats and, you know.
Glenn has a sophisticated show.
I'm very... No, and Burt Reynolds is doing this serious talk. And in the background, you hear this, you know. And if, and the guy, you know, and I couldn't understand why they were there in the first place. I said, why they got the chickens and the goats back there? Anyway, we had 15 outtakes of that. And Biddle, you know, and Reynolds turned around and said, I think the goat's in heat, guys. Why don't you know?
Great story, Glenn.
We'll be right back after this word about
I didn't have the
Budweiser,
nerve to bring
the
my
king
out.
of beers. It stopped, yeah. My next guest I'm going to bring out. Not because you don't have many fascinating stories, but I don't want to get too far
No,
behind
hey,
time
you got
on
some
it.
great people. Jimmy Breslin and this guy that I think it's Dom you bring.
Dom is, I
He's a
think,
beautiful guy. He finally came into his own, and I'm happy.
everybody in our business, and I think everybody who's
Really?
seen Dom, he's a most likable guy.
certainly is.
He's not only funny, but he's also a good actor, which is a great combination.
And a good human being. He really is.
And he has a new show called Lots of Luck, which premieres on NBC next Monday, September the 10th at 8 o'clock. Would you welcome Dom DeLuise?
it's been a fantastic show. Hasn't it, Don? Hasn't it been a wonderful show?
I'm watching Glenn.
Oh, no, it was in fact, John, I mean, I have never seen anything as amusing as the outtakes. We were going to show outtakes from our show, but we didn't make that many mistakes. I've been thinking it's hard. You know, it's hard to come out and, hello. I feel I should deal with him. He's like a, you know.
That's not true.
I know, and I'm here to defend myself.
Since we know each other, it's the truth. I said hello to him at
Every
NBC, and a man, thinks it's a prison break,
But he follows me in the halls now.
Yes.
How'd you get a show?
That's the truth. Yes, Sam Denoff and Bill Persky, and they wrote
Right.
for me, and,
Right.
I went in the clunker, Story of my life. I keep trying, and the network hooks up a wet wire and waits for a storm, But this guy, he's going to walk in now, and he's got a hit. Joe Byrne, who was one of the executives at NBC. You'll
Yes.
see him in the hall with a broom going, But Joe Byrne is
I have
one
heard I've talked with some of the
It's
people,
a-
some
it
of
really
the
is.
things you already made, and they say
I'm
they're
very
hysterical.
happy.
And
We've been very lucky.
I hope
Yes,
it's a
we
smash.
really have.
It's a business of luck. Who cares? I don't care what you do.
Do you want to give us any, is it bad luck to tell what the first episode is about, or do you like to discuss it?
I don't know if it's bad luck or not. I'm going to take a
Big
chance.
question, huh?
I took a chance coming out here with him.
Absolutely.
But
Is it really bad luck, John? You always take a chance when you come out with him, I'll tell you that.
What is wrong with you tonight? I never saw you like this. Drink your milk and go to bed. Man's bananas. He was a humble cowboy when
I heard
met
these
you.
lines on Pat Boone when I was at the lounge in the Sahara, and I laughed so hard I couldn't believe it.
Well, it's on spot. Jump in.
Dom, you want to tell us about the first episode?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm afraid to mention it, but I'm going to mention it because actually NBC finally has admitted that people use bathrooms, toilets. Okay? Right. And that's what our first episode is about that. When I got the script, see, Carl Reiner, Bill Persky, and Sam Denoff, hello, sent me this stuff. And I said, it's all about a toilet. And my sister Olive, played beautifully by Beverly Sanders, by the way, gets her foot caught in our toilet. Aren't you going to say anything?
No, it's
Just going to keep talking.
No,
Okay.
it's interesting.
And we have to buy a toilet.
It's interesting.
It is?
Yeah, I got news. Hey, you got to believe in it. I mean, if this is an idea of what America's going to do, we're in trouble. You got to come out with a seat around your neck and pretend you're a peppermint.
I saw that. I saw you shooting that episode, and it's
Did you
very
really?
funny. It's very funny. I did.
I know, and it is.
I did see that.
It is. We've been very lucky. We really
I'm
have.
saying lucky. You're talented. Why do you keep selling yourself down the river? You're talented, right, Roy?
He's very, very,
Anyway, we got terrific people. Kathleen Freeman plays my
Right.
mother, and she's
Right.
wonderful. We got Win Irwin, plays my brother-in-law, who has not worked in 4 years. He's fantastic. And Jack Knight plays my my best friend. Is he still there? Yes. I told him.
I've heard he was lonely, Don.
In the commissary, I went over and said hello to him, and I said, hello. And he says, get away from me, And the whole commissary drops. Forks were dropping everywhere.
What he says, can I tell you?
What?
Calmly.
Calm as I
that you
can.
always walk up to me.
Yes.
And we've known each other a lot of years.
A long time.
And he
Long
walks up to me in the commissary. Now, John, that's the kiss of death. In this NBC commissary, the
Now,
food alone.
Wait, I got to tell you,
set
the
it up
food.
what it
Wait.
was.
In other words, everybody in the building has lunch at the same time, so the room is rather crowded. Every table is filled with people talking in this tone of voice and saying, "Well, I don't know. It seems like it's going to rain." They're taking little things out of their eyes. It's quiet, Okay. So then I go up to him.
Now,
Okay.
tell me. I'm eating and tell exactly what
And
did
I
you do?
came up and I
I'm
said,
eating.
"Would you like to insult me?" Is what I said to him.
And I turned around and said, Don, will you leave me alone? I'm with Pete. How do I know if the show's going to be a hit? Go away. Don't get Roy steamed. That's right. There's humor in that. That's why you're from the Midwest standing around on the highway going, you think this pimple will go away? You're great, Ed. Just sit there on the end like a big log waiting to go downriver.
Does your wife deal with you on this level, or are you?
We have 2 kids, so she...
What was that?
He was on one of the rides at Disneyland.
Hurry up, Roy.
Who do you suspect? You're rolling, Roy.
Speaking,
I wanted to say it.
speaking
I
of...
thought Midnight Cowboy had the right guy.
Watch this segue. Speaking of wives... See, my job is to tie all this together and make some kind of order out of this chaos. That's the idea of a host
you're
here.
the chairman.
That's right. Now, you've been working long hours.
I work a lot of hours. I work 9 to 7, 9 to 10. That's a lot of hours for me.
Poor baby. You never worked that long in your life.
Drop it now, Harry.
When I met him, he was at the gate at NBC going, "You got a Buick?" Now he's worried about the hours. Go ahead now.
I don't see.
But does this affect your home life at all?
I guess
We got to get him back to the corral. What, for a bed check or something?
No, you told me the story. Tell him what you told me.
if I could remember.
What's the funny?
I get the feeling we're at a roundup.
What's the funny story, Don?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's right. I'll have to ask him what I said. But I don't see her so much, my wife.
Your wife, of
because I
course.
work long hours, as I said about a couple of minutes ago. And what happens is we have to make the time precious. We have to double up, is what it is.
Get it.
Anyway, what was the story that I told you that was so good?
I keep taking the beating. You were too tired.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a state home for cowboys?
That's true. Sometimes, no, John. Now seriously,
I know what you
get
mean with those hours.
that sometimes, when I work hard and long,
Yes.
it isn't. No, really. Sometimes I'm very tired, and I get so tired that I'm not so romantic.
That's true. That's
You
a
know.
problem when you have your own
Oh.
show.
Right. So I have to take little naps during the day.
Your wife must be a busy beaver. I'll tell you. My wife just lays on the bed and goes, "You got a minute?"
Well, she certainly knows your staying power, I'll tell you that. We'll be right back after a word from one of our sponsors. I think it was, I think it was writer Pat McCormick who did this line once. A lot of guys have appropriated the line in reference to Don Rickles. He said he called Don Rickles once, but Rickles was busy. He was out walking his rat. I don't know where it came from, but would you welcome Mr. Warmth, Don Rickles.
Ole. John, you know, these kind of nights, as Bert has said, and Buddy has said, and Ed talked to you briefly, with accolades of, you know, like 11 years, and it makes my starting on the Tonight Show with you.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's back there saying, "Gee, you got to do good, and you got to wish Johnny luck, and what have you, you know," which we all do, you know. But I, observing in the back, say from the bottom of my heart, Johnny, you're a very wealthy man.
Remember what happened last time you said that?
I know that, but
Yes.
I don't mean it in that sense.
the good Lord has blessed you and your family and your lovely wife. And your... Thank you so much, Bert. Bert is lonely. But, you know, it's a very difficult thing when Burt Reynolds, who's a very glib guy, Buddy Hackett, one of our great comedy minds, and Ed McMahon, who's at the end of the couch, annoying Buddy now saying, can't you use me in Vegas? I mean, Ed knows and I know, Johnny.
Yes.
You don't have a friend. You have me, John, because I still feel you're hot in the business. And my career has come a long way. I am 47 years of age. You're 48, I believe.
No, I'm 47.
You're 47.
We're the same age.
We're the same age. Wonderful. So when the good Lord, when we were both born and we came from our mother's God, looked down and said, make him rich and make him struggle. And it turned out that way. I'll be off in a minute, Bert, and then you can show this outfit. But I like Bert. You know, the first, when you were away...
Don't you like me?
Huh? Honestly?
Yes.
No.
I see.
No, I adore you.
I know that.
You gave me an opportunity. You even had me... He had a little party the other night, I must say. In fairness to Buddy and Ed and Bert, he had a party for your anniversary.
Well, it wasn't really. It was just happened to fall on the same day.
No, you were married a year to Joanna.
That's right.
Correct. Your lovely wife was not here tonight, unfortunately. She's in New York with her organ and monkey. Oh, don't go, oh. He's the first one that laughs. You should see his wife. She said to me tonight on the phone, when is Johnny coming home? No, that's a joke.
Of course it is.
His mother's in Nebraska going... Again, we struck out, Pop. But she's a lovely lady.
Yes,
and,
she is.
Johnny had a little party, Bert and Buddy, at Chasen's. I can't say that.
Buddy was invited and he couldn't be there, and Bert wasn't in town.
I couldn't
wasn't
make
invited.
it.
You
Buddy,
weren't
couldn't-
invited? No, you were at the Dinah Shore cooking show. No, he goes out with Dinah Shore,
Well,
who's
I
a
know
lovely
that.
lady. I know
It's
you
in
know
all
that.
the
This isn't a
magazines.
test.
I read.
know you know that.
Well, I read. Why are you talking to me like I don't know?
Because you annoy me. That's why. But, Bert, were you invited truthfully, Bert? Were you?
He wasn't in town.
He was not invited. Now, don't make a big thing. You said to me, why invite a cowboy dumbbell to one of my parties? Said this guy with the two-fisted karate baloney at the party. We don't need that. We're all lovers. And you danced. And, Johnny, this is inside. For God's sakes, as Jack Benny would say. And Jack was at the party.
Yes, he
all
was.
the biggies. Freddie DeCordova. How do you say his name?
You kept mispronouncing it all night at the party. DeCordova.
Wonderful. Look at how the crowd got excited. Look at that. Two guys in that row dropped their pants and fired a rocket.
Which two guys? Where is that? The fellow sitting next to the black man up there, right? Yeah.
Don't press, John. You don't have to press. This is your show, and it's 11 years, and we all came here. We're missing a football game. Probably the Detroit Lions are on the 50-yard line. And what's that quarterback's name, the kid on the Lions?
Alvin.
No. You don't know football. The Rams are doing great. What's that quarterback? You played football. Yes, Landry, right.
Yeah.
Landry going, hot, red on blue, hot, set, hot. And the wife saying, are we going to fool around? Shh, they're on the 50-yard line. Hot, set. And this is a big night for me, and I gave it all up to...
Just to be here.
Be here on your 11th anniversary, and Dean was great. He happened to be standing on the corner, and somebody said, psst, you got a minute? And he just wandered in here, and it's an exciting night. But, Johnny, really, I say it's our Jewish New Year. And as Buddy can say, as a fellow Jewish man, not that makes us better than anybody else. I mean, even
Well,
though
I
you
understand
did
that.
take Christmas from us. Now I can see good Catholics and people all over the world writing in saying, why did he say that? Facts. But what I say is this, that this is our new year. I'll be off in a minute. Then you can show everybody your dad's home in Florida. His dad's a sheriff in Florida standing on the highway going, can you get me a lift? Anyway, so...
What year is this? I know it's 5,000 and something.
Well, who cares? What are you, an explorer?
No, but I just wondered what officially it is.
Well, it's a dead buffalo on a monkey's ear.
57?
5734.
Wonderful. Get your winning ticket and go home early. I mean, he says it. That's before our generation. I mean, that is our year, really. We take a ram's horn and we go... And Vikings come in and burn the synagogue.
What were you doing 11 years ago?
11 years ago,
Yeah.
I was in the lounge in the Sahara Hotel,
Yes.
and I owe that to a guy called Stan Irwin and my manager, Joe Scandori, and I was in the lounge, and we used to do a show at 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's the first time I met you, and you sat at the far bar. Now, truth? Now, they think I'm kidding.
We had met before in New York, before you got to the
That's
Sahara.
right, when you had the daytime show, hit the clock, win a cookie. No. Hit the dime, hit the buzzer. What was that dumb show you had?
Well, it was called Do You Trust Your Wife?
You heard the crowd?
Yeah, well,
Everybody watched.
kept me going for 4 years
It
there.
sure did. And meanwhile, I was up in Connecticut at the Red Lobster watching a lobster come off the table going, don't do that, I'm Jewish. Anyway.
But anyway,
Anyway, folks, segueing. 11 years ago, I was in the lounge, and I'll never forget when I met you. And you sat at the back lounge, and I got so nervous, as I am tonight. For the first time in the history of The Tonight Show, I say with honesty, I am nervous. Nervous not in the sense of worrying about my security as a performer, but because it's like an anniversary, a special night. I'm being very sincere about this. And I must say to you, Johnny, on behalf of my family and myself and all your fans, and this sounds like like we said in the Army,
Yes, I know.
making the nose go purple. The guy went, don't go purple. But what I'm saying to you is, I thank you for making my family and yours truly get a little bit up the ladder, and I appreciate it.
well,
God
you didn't
bless.
have to say that, but thank
I want to tell you, one night he's working in the lounge in the Sahara. And of course, he's hilarious. And everybody that was anybody in town that meant anything come to watch him. Guys would cut their show so they can get out in time to watch him. I mean, he was the biggest draw, and customers couldn't get in. Everybody wanted to see Rickles. And one night he gets a guy at the bar, and he's saying to him, come here, Nazi, bite the stick. Kiss the ring, Nazi. Come here, Nazi. Hey, Nazi, Nazi, I'll show you this, Nazi. Stand up. And the guy stands up. Rickles on the stage. The stage is 7 feet tall. The guy stands up, and after he stands up, he's not on the stage. He's eye to eye with Rickles. And Rickles says to him, hey, you want to spit on a Jew? A wristwatch that I saved up to buy. It was a beautiful wristwatch. I wanted that wristwatch. And I took off the wristwatch, and I dove as the curtain was coming down. You know, pretty fat guy take a run and a dive under the curtain, and I give it to him.
Really?
He thought it was a piece of garbage. He give it to the valet. I was so thrilled with him, yeah.
He did.
you. I remember sitting there at 5 o'clock in the morning sometimes, that last show, after you'd done 4 already.
You'll sit anyway.
And I'll tell you, Bert came up with Merv Griffin up in, you remember him. And he came.
He's starting to do good now.
Oh, all those guys do good, but this guy on his anniversary, we can only say this on the anniversary. We'll not say it again. You are, without question, 11 years, hey. You know, we all make jokes about you, and I'm the first one to sit in the green room and go, he's going to dumper, or he's doing good, or this or that, and I vote on you. But 11 years, I'll tell you, 11 years, get up in the morning, I look at the Lord, and I bless him for my good things. But I'll tell you, after 11 years, there is nobody better, there is nobody that can come near you, and I say with honesty, you've got it made, and God has blessed you with a lot of friends.
Well, thank you. Haggard just leaned over and says, he believed that.
Well, buddy knows I kid around.
We will take a short break here, and we'll come right back.
Wonderful.
Another great kick about doing this show, and I've said this publicly, is working with not only Ed. We've been together, Ed and I, for 15 years, but having Doc Severinsen here every night with a great group of musicians, it has been absolutely sensational. He is without a doubt one of the finest musicians in the entire world on that trumpet, and all of the guys who play in our band are superb musicians, and it's great every night to sit here and listen to them. We'll be right back.
just went funk.
Yeah,
Did
that
you-
means, oh, you're on.
Hey, could we give Freddie a little hand? It's your producer, but...
Well, I was going to do it, and of course. As a matter of fact, everybody on this show, this is a very complicated show to do. And
Peter
people only
Sally.
see who's out here, but then Bobby Quinn and Peter and all the coordinators and the writers and everything, and Freddie DeCordova.
You got to stay.
It's a complicated show to put together.
And Shirley, little
Not
Shirley.
but all of them. And then, I think I know what this is for. I have been announcing for the past 4 or 5 days that Sammy Davis would be on the show tonight, and I don't want you to think that we were saying that just so people would say, hey, and then he doesn't show up. But Sammy apparently is ill. He's been working very hard in the NBC Follies, and they sent him home today from rehearsal out here. And this is what he sent tonight. Isn't that nice?
It's not his wreath. This is yours.
Isn't that nice? Happy anniversary. Love and peace, Sam.
I hope he's well, because we're going to...
Should have gotten that during the monologue, because when I needed that, rest in peace.
But,
No,
John,
that's very
can
nice.
I say something?
If I ever get sick, I'll send you a snake plant.
Wouldn't you
What,
say...
a snake plant? Yeah, right, okay.
And like a dumbbell, he leaned over.
Yes, I answer anything.
You know, the whole secret over 11 years, when you die with monologues, when you say die in our business, doesn't he always come off funny? It's like with Bert's sense of humor. He comes off and he does, when he hosts the show and he does a monologue, goes, And that's what makes people laugh, because sometimes you get screams and sometimes you get what we call real hysterical laughter. I lay on the bed many nights and I say to the wife, we had plans tonight, but Johnny's rolling with a bad monologue. But your monologues have really become part of it. We'll be finished in a minute, Freddie. Freddie is the dumbbell that says, United
Wait.
Airlines.
I want to bring out this young lady because she has been, thank you. She is,
Field beef. Nice big chunks of it. Meat byproducts and beef chunks. And you know how your dog loves that. The other thing that you can be sure about with Alpo is that it's a complete and balanced diet with soy, vitamins, and minerals. So if your dog isn't already getting Alpo, consider switching him to it. Because we think Alpo Beef Chunks dinner is a very nice way to say, I love you to your dog. Oh, here's something else that your dog will love.
Liver Snaps treats are made with real liver, and dogs love them. Treat your dog to Liver Snaps.
In Hollywood, some of our guests stay at the new Sheraton Universal Hotel, one of the more than 300 Sheraton hotels and motor inns throughout the world.
Olga Connolly is with us tonight. She has competed in the last 5 Olympic Games. In 1956, she won a gold medal for Czechoslovakia in the discus throw. In 1972, she was captain of the women's track and field team, and she's currently director of recreation at Loyola Marymount University. Would you welcome, please, Olga Vitakova Connolly. It's nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Looks like we have something dangerous planned here tonight, and I hope I can get Rickles and Mr. DeRocher involved in this also, just for the fun of it. You had an article in I think Los Angeles Times after the Billie Jean King Bobby Riggs tennis match, and you said, I think in effect that there are a lot of sports that women can compete on an equal par with men. True, not just only tennis. She obviously proved she can beat him.
Yes, they can, but there are certain limitations. I mean, if you take a man and a woman who are equally trained and approximately the same size, then if strength is involved and speed, then the man is most likely to win. And therefore, it's not a good idea just to brush aside this whole question of opportunity for women competition.
Right.
And say, well, high school girls can compete on a men's teams. It just wouldn't work that way. We have to have a very good program where women compete against other women and get recognized in their own category. There are only very few sports that you could call a unisex sport, like skeet shooting or pistol shooting, because that's a matter of reflexes and coordination. And the male-female coordination compares about the same.
No, but what you're saying in an event like the skiing, men, because of their strength, are probably be stronger skiers than women, and they could never really compete in that kind of an event.
Yeah, and also greater stability of joints and so forth. It doesn't mean that the female is inferior or constructed in an inferior way, but simply there isn't as powerful, fatigue's easier.
Now, you threw the discus.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you could beat the average man in the discus throw, could you not? How far did you throw the
yes,
discus?
I can, because I'll have superior skills, and the average man isn't trained.
But that's not a particular strength thing? That's more timing than it is
both.
strength?
It's timing and strength. Especially nowadays, you have to do a lot of weightlifting.
Yeah.
You have to have quite like when I was in Munich, I could bench press. You know, the bench press is 200 pounds.
Could bench press 200 pounds?
Yeah, and I could make a deep knee bend with about 390.
A deep knee bend with 390 pounds on your shoulders?
It kind of
a lot of women.
It doesn't hurt your legs so much, but you put the weight on and you feel your spine, the vertebrae going.
But you sing very high for the next 10 years.
It's murder if you have a beef with the hubby.
Yes. A lot of women are against weightlifting. They think it makes them muscular. It's not true.
No, it gives you definition.
Right.
But it doesn't build like those, what they call the big, ugly muscles.
The biceps.
I remember when I came to this country, my first meeting was in New York, and people came actually down from the stands, and they wanted to feel my muscles because they thought that.
But you're not muscular. You mean your arms?
Well, we all are muscular. I mean, that's.
Well, you don't
muscle.
have like big biceps.
No, you don't have big biceps. Only in order to build a big biceps, you have to work on it very hard. And
yes, I'm sure.
All right. Now, we're going to try a few things which we have not rehearsed at all. Greg Tennis set up these events. What could I compete with you in, or the rest of us here?
Well, I don't know. They kind of tricked me. They told me to wear a sweatsuit.
Well,
and, all these years I kind of dreamt about being on Johnny Carson's show. And
you'd like to come
and
and...
nice gowns. Beautiful things.
Excuse me, Olga, I didn't hear. Did you, and probably you asked, what country are you from originally?
Czechoslovakia.
Oh, bless your heart. We were in Yugoslavia, so that's a beautiful... I know the area.
It's a neighbor.
Thank you for that travel log.
Dobro.
Dobře in Czech.
Czech corrupt.
What is that, you hockey puck in Czechoslovakian? What a terrible
No, that
thing.
just means I'm lonely.
Yeah. What can we try now?
Well, we can try some sit-ups.
Sit-ups.
But he told me you'd be wearing some warm-up suit.
No, I don't really have anything, but I can take my jacket off or something. What's that mean?
That's it.
Arm wrestling? That's not an event, though, in the Olympics, is it?
No, it isn't.
But a Wide World of Sports had that on one afternoon with these lumberjacks somewhere up in Oregon where they do this, the hand wrestling?
That's right, yeah.
They were incredible, women and men. Now, that's only strength, isn't it?
Yes, that's on. Well, there
or
are
timing?
I guess there's some timing involved, too. Now, I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, I can see this coming already. Can I take my jacket off?
Sure, do whatever you want, sure.
Thank you. Have this back Thursday.
Surely. Eddie, have it back Thursday.
Now, how does this work?
I think like this. Okay, now...
Don't I get in like this? Isn't it thumbs?
That's right.
Like
Is that right? Now, the elbows have to...
No, I was supposed to go this way or that way?
What?
You can't hang on with your left arm.
No, you can
loose.
all right,
That's
no
it.
left arm.
That's it.
All right, now you have to go this way, and I have to go the other way. Is that it?
Okay.
Attaboy.
We say on your mark, it said go.
I'll get that. Will be fine. Yes.
I will referee this one, John. Go.
Oh.
Oh, she's
Don't make
something
me
else.
laugh because when I
If I don't make you laugh, you're gonna break my arm. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you're strong. Oh. Yes. No, you're strong. No, you're strong. I was doing the best I could do there.
No, you were.
Oh, yes, I was. And you're strong. Wait, now, what? This I don't know. What?
Now we are supposed to play basketball
Basket sit-ups first?
and sit-ups.
Well, now, those are rough, aren't they?
Sit-ups. Yeah.
Sit-ups?
What?
You want to get involved in this, Rickles?
Hey, whatever you say, Coach.
You come on away.
Eddie, hold the same cup, Eddie. Shirley, hold the same cup, Shirley.
I'll referee. I'm going to referee.
You want to referee?
I'll referee.
Good, I'll kick some lime on your pants.
That's all right.
Right this way, Olga. Olga, but now do a 3.5 gainer into the pool.
Now, what are we going to do?
Oh, he's got sneakers and I'm wearing... Why are you dressed for the whole
Because,
thing?
no. Don't we have to, if you do sit-ups, doesn't that somebody have to hold your feet?
No, you do them. You sit down. No, you just bend your knees. Just like this.
Yeah.
Bend your knees.
All right, you just...
Well, do you
can
want
sit
me...
down with us.
Oh, fine. Do we have a picnic blanket?
It's better to have bent knees and just push your feet against the floor, and
I
that
see.
way you don't need anybody to hold your
Now, what are
feet.
we going to do?
We have the... I don't know if I should bring it up, but we have two competing companies.
Oh, we do? What'd she say?
The two brothers who
What'd she say?
That's all right, but we won't... It doesn't...
All right, now what do we do?
We are individuals.
Arms?
Arms like that.
All right. How many of these do we do?
I think it was supposed to be timed.
Time?
First...
What do you mean first to 25?
25?
Did you ever try to do
Good.
25 sit-ups?
Get emergency squad here.
Okay, let's give it a try.
Get the oxygen. Right.
Okay.
There's no way.
Wait, somebody will start.
I'm referee. I will start. There's no way you're going to do 25. You
I'm
two.
hip, I know that.
Go ahead. Start. Go. Go. Come on, Don.
Hey,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep your feet down. 9,
Somebody
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. She did 19, you did 5.
Well, I was just getting warmed up.
He did 3.
He made me kiss him.
No wonder you didn't get married to you at 38. We'll be right back after this message.
No, we won't.
Yes, we will.
Pillsbury Bundt Cakes. Fancy cakes made easy. Watch that ring of macaroon. Now you see it. Now you don't. But slice the Bundt cake and there's the macaroon inside. Chocolate macaroon is one of 5 Bundt brand ring cakes from Pillsbury. Cake, filling, and glaze mix all in one box. So you don't have to be a fancy baker to bake a fancy cake. Bundt Cakes from Pillsbury.
No matter what your husband thinks you do, Mondays are busy. So, who has time to cook fancy? Of course, that means Monday dinner can be pretty blah. Well, here's a fast, easy way to stop the Monday dinner blast. Banquet Heat and Serve fried chicken. Crisp, evenly fried chicken in minutes. Children will be delighted. And your husband will be absolutely transformed. So stop the Monday dinner blast. Serve Banquet fried chicken.
It's in your grocer's freezer.
Back. Stay with us. Don Rickles is here tonight. He will be up at Lake Tahoe, not in Lake Tahoe, though possibly he may be in Lake Tahoe before his engagement is over. From June 6th through the 20th, and several weeks ago I went back to New York with the Friars Club where they tendered him a dinner as the entertainer of the year. It was quite a night. Would you welcome Mr. Warmth, Don Rickles.
Yes, the jacket is shorter. Thank you so much, Ed.
Thank you.
I spoke to your daughter, Linda.
Yes.
She wants the allowance increased. There's a lovely daughter that goes to summer camp, and she's 42.
What is
Can
it?
I just say something, and then we'll clear up the niceties? Is that the word? Niceties?
That's a word, yes.
I think affiliates are just people, because they're just human beings, I think. But I must say, for you, for this past week, and I watch it, and I'm a loyal fan because you gave me my first shot, and I tell you, to a little bit of somebody knowing me, and this goes for Ed McMahon, I'm sure he'll agree. I think Johnny Carson, without music, because I've hosted this show, and I think without music, and music is very important, it enlivens a show, and you, and I just know in my little experience sitting at the desk, you really have to know what the heck is going on. This man is an absolute genius, really. Right.
Well,
Okay, I did mine.
That's very...
Dave Tebbett said, go out there and... No, he didn't.
That's very sweet of you. That's very nice.
I always cop out, like you do. When it comes to compliments, why is it we as performers always have that insecurity if you say something nice about somebody? Tom Snyder from our local network, I said, Tom, I really enjoy the news, and you've gone through this with me. And he goes, oh, come on. And
a lot of
nobody
people
accepts...
find it difficult to accept compliments.
Right. I think you find it more in our entertainment world, more so than Ed.
That's right, Don. You're right. Everything you say is right.
Why don't you go and milk a Clydesdale for a half hour?
Milk a Clydesdale?
That's right. You don't have to play it back. They're annoying me. I happen to love Johnny, and you're turning on me. You were the one that said to me, make a big fuss, let him feel that we love him. No, Ed McMahon is a good guy, and he sits here every night on that couch, night after night, saying, oh, Johnny, you're marvelous. And then goes out to Marina Del Rey. You, honey, you start the boat. Dave Tebbett's off camera, so I have to do this. Hi, Dave. Dave Tebbett is a good guy. We all talked about him. You got 3 sets, I got 2, so you're leading 2-0 going into the third quarter.
Well, if you had a show that could stay on the air long enough, you'd get 3. You
see,
you
folks?
just haven't made it through the season yet. You got to finish the whole year before you get the set.
Well, you know, I live in New York, and you're in Nebraska with your mom and dad saying, I don't have any more money. His mother and father are sitting on the porch in Nebraska going, why doesn't Johnny call? And his father is not that way. Your dad is what, about 6'2"?
No.
Your father, try to think.
Yes.
See, when you get that rich, you forget the family. He's so busy in court all day long going, oh, who wants to sue? You got a lovely wife now, Joanna, who I saw.
I'm still trying to get the hassock from the last marriage.
Look. Now, John, you've had, hey, not lucky in love, but now, thank God, you've met the woman of your dreams. Really. Well, and, hey, folks, we don't know. He just calls Ed and I and says, I met the woman of my dreams. And for his success, we go, fine, John. Ned, you've had, you know, never lucky in love, but you're both handsome guys. I'm married 9 years. I want to be with you guys so bad.
But you
I got a Jewish wife that just lays in bed and goes, help me with the jewelry. Now, don't write letters. You taught me that. Don't write letters. Those of you of the Jewish world, if you are a Jew, I am proud. They always say we're rich. That's baloney. We're human beings, all of us. And I wish peace, shalom, to all of us.
Now, you didn't get married, though, until you were late in life.
Well, till I was what?
Well, I mean, most of us got married when we were in our 20s or something.
He's drinking this. Well, to the broads.
Why did you wait? Did you want to find the right girl?
No, because I found myself in the bathroom in front of the mirror going... I was 38 years old before I got married.
Now, that's kind of long, isn't it?
Hey, but you know, we discussed this before, and Ed, you know, well, you guys got married, your first marriages, and I'm not being sarcastic.
38.
But I got news. When you're kids, you come out of college. I never went to college. I come up the hard way. You guys just skyrocketed. But I came out of the neighborhood, and they went, what, I mean a broad? And the broad was always like me, you know. But actually, what happened was I met the most darling lady in life late night because I worked with strippers, exotic dancers, as we call them today. You know, with the cobra coming out of the basket, and the cobra went, I want to be with you. And the broad went, challenge me, challenge me. It's a long story, and I was on the road a lot. Laying in bed watching a moth die on the land, you know. And when you get like that, you find yourself on a street corner going, miss. And then I met my wife, who said, I'm not some perverted jerk, I'm a person. And now she's sitting at home, just laying there going, he's so rich, he's so rich. And my kid's skipping through the house going, make more gold, Mommy, make more gold. See, they always say Jewish people have a lot of money. You're an Irish guy, right?
That's right.
Well, you never would have money because you're too busy spending it on beer. You just sit around the house in your bathroom going, Not really. Now, the Irish people are great. I'll tell you, the night...
We need the Irish, don't we?
Huh? We do. Oh, you're going to lead me into Chazarai. Chazarai means my act. I will not do my act. I am not going to go into my act, you dumbbell from Nebraska. I hope you wind up in the wheat field with fungus on your elbow. I made it the elbow. No, John, I tell you, this is an exciting night. All these affiliate... I was at the affiliate dinner last night, which you couldn't make. You were up in Las Vegas at the Allen King tennis tournament, and you said, I don't want to be there. I want to play tennis. No. When you're that rich, folks, he's right, you're wrong. I'm just a little guy trying to skyrocket. Ed was there, right?
I was there.
You didn't know about it, but you were there. I didn't know about it either. That's true. We had a little man.
You weren't out drinking last night, you did?
Yes. Last night we busted out, I told Ed. We took a table in the back. Joe Scandori, my manager, is not here tonight. There's a holdup in the Bronx. That's Shirley Wood from your staff. Your broom broke, you know. But Shirley I love. And what happened was that we stood in the back, and there was a little beautiful man. His name is George. A little Puerto Rican man. And most guys in our world, and you say ethnic backgrounds, and we all come from a certain world, and George was a little beautiful Puerto Rican man, and he came to me and said, Mr. Rickles, you want to have drink? I bring you drinks. And it was buffet. Dave Tebbett figured this out. It was buffet for 7,000 people from an affiliates that were going,
Sit-down dinner, huh?
And Don Durgan, one of the big executives, said, is there some sort of luau going on? And Bob Howard, the new president, was going, it's a party! The new president, I met him. He was beautiful. I mean that. You don't see a guy with a cowboy hat and a cap pistol standing in the reception line going, bang, bang, you're dead. Anyway, but you go along with it when you need work.
That's right.
You're a millionaire. You just phone your attorney and say, I'm moody. I lost my thought. I don't know what I was talking about.
A little Puerto Rican friend.
Oh, yeah.
George,
So this wonderful man, George, he said to me, and I love the way they talk. And I say this to my Puerto Rican, my Cuban friends, God bless you, you're beautiful people. And we all have to laugh at ourselves, which I preach in whatever I do. And the great thing was, he came over and I said, George, I don't like buffets. The reason I don't like buffets is because I came from New York, and my whole life was standing in line in Bickford saying, eggs, eggs. And the guy went, yo, where your time for crying out loud? Yo, where your time? We're busy. And always the black man was in the back going, I gotta wash all these dishes. I gotta bust my neck whopping all these dishes. All these dishes. And the Jewish guy was at the table going, and the Polak going, I'll wash the dishes. And the Irish guy was going, is there a party? Did I cover anybody? Oh, the Chinese. What's on? Now, so,
I wish you'd do your act, though.
No.
I kind of miss that. But anyway,
folks. So the punchline, I said to George, I said, here's $10. I swear to God, John. I said, here's $5. Because buffets, I don't know, you know, your whole life, not that I'm a snob, I certainly am not. I came from the street of New York. I came up the hard way. Well, middle-class people. I didn't come up the hard way. As you came from middle-class family. Did you come from middle-class family?
Yes, middle class.
Middle class, good. No, it's all settled. It's a middle-class group.
It's all middle class.
All middle class. Now,
No,
so...
came from a middle-income family.
Pardon me?
Came from a middle-income family.
Middle-income family. Where'd you come from?
But they were high class.
But they were high
There's a
class.
difference.
There's a difference. There is. What do you think, Ed?
Whatever he thinks is best.
Oh, boy, you don't have the guts. Tell him you're fed up, and you're gonna grab him by the legs and make a wish. He loves you, Johnny. I always loved you. I don't care what you say. You're the best talk show guy in the world. You give me a break. All right. But I'll tell you this, John, one thing, remember, no matter how big you get, these are the affiliates. These are the people that made you a multimillionaire. Love thy neighbor as thy love thyself. You are not of my faith, but I bless you. Hashem, Achoim, Panoi, Chanoi, Panoim. And now made you a helicopter. Read the commercial.
For a moment, I thought I was going to have the operation. At my age, that is smart.
You do what Bob Newhart does. Take a glass of scotch and go,
Well, we'll take a short break here, but we're coming right back.
You better believe it, Hutch, like it.
Good shot of your back, David. nice left shoulder. The suit's hanging just a little bit. You can have that taken in.
Hey, you know, the public really doesn't know, because we've been kidding around. We as performers, and you, John, are being with this network so many years and for many, many more to come, because nobody can do what you do. But the whole punchline is, Dave Tebbutt is a guy that every actor has admired and loved. And other networks that I must say, CBS has Bob Wood, ABC, and Marty Starger. But I got news. Dave is the kind of guy that takes you into his arms and says, hey, win, lose, or draw, I'm your friend. And when you fail, he sends you a gift, and that's unusual. And I tell you, David Tebbutt, to all the affiliates, it's just my own feeling, and my wife and I, you're a beautiful man. Period.
I buy that.
And Johnny feels the same way, and so does he.
I understand you signed this thing with the network?
That's why I made that speech.
Yeah. It's our turn now, huh?
Yeah. No, NBC has given me another chance, and I just hope I get lucky, as you said. And you and I have talked about things that I just hope that they can capture what Don Rickles is, and I really don't know what that is, but maybe someday I'll get lucky.
Oh, it'll happen.
Thanks, John.
My next guest... No, we have to move along, because, you know...
Fine, whatever you say, John.
We have...
By the way, I just got a call. She left, the wife. You'll be in court again with the same lawyer going, we won't pay that! And Ed McMahon's going, I'll testify to whatever you want.
Michael Land, as you know, is a fine actor. He's got a new show, a new NBC series called Little House on the Prairie, which will start in September. Would you welcome Michael Land?
Hi, how are you?
Last time you were here, you were talking about the special. That time it was just a special Little House on the Prairie, and it did so well. I understand you're going on now as a...
That's right. We're back on the air with another series.
Are you going to direct them, too? You directed that last one, did you? Or...
Yes, I directed the 2-hour pilot. I'll do probably 4 out of the first 13.
Yeah.
And then hopefully I'll do a few more because we're picked up.
Can you be objective as a director when you're in the scene yourself? Can you step out and go back and say, hey, now I'm looking at Mike Land and I'm the director?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Mike can do that.
Baby Mike.
Takes care of that question.
Let's zap it right in there, Mike.
A lot of actors can't. They say, most actors, they say, make not good directors because they can't see the forest for the trees or the trees for the forest. It's one of those two.
No, I think for an actor, once you left the mirror, you're okay.
Let the honey sick from the drip, but don't let the bird die. Let the honey sip from the tree.
You sound like David Carradine.
Well, I don't know. You two people are talking, and Ed is standing there going, that's true. That's definitely true.
I sure loved you in Johnny Belinda.
Oh, look at a woman sing things.
Don't turn on me. I love you. We're two Jews on a hike. These are my people. Can you imagine if they played it legitimate? Have the men move it out.
I love him,
You
this
think
man.
a Gentile owns a big ranch like the Ponderosa?
Carson lays back when he thinks it's trouble. He's my friend. He and we came up.
I know, you told me so many times. Jeez.
Did you ever work at anything together?
Don and I?
No, you and that set over there.
No, we've been together on several occasions.
Right, we have.
But I've never had anything to do. He's a
As an
very
actor.
volatile human being.
As an actor.
Yes.
But he went.
No, not as an actor.
He's
We
a
will.
fine director. He really is.
I'd love to.
But he went to drama school. Did you know that?
Who did?
The television set over there. We're talking about Don. What happened? This is him. Rickles went to. What was it,
Don. Oh, well.
I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, which that and 2 cookies wins me a trip to Disneyland.
He's a hell of an actor. I think he's a fine actor. I don't know if for the people out there who have seen Don in dramatic performance, he's a fine actor.
Well, thank you, Michael. Now,
You can tell from the reaction that people feel the same way.
Yeah.
See, when I do speak, I got something to say.
You had a big following.
little coffee to relax John.
You're awfully quiet tonight, I'll say that.
Well, that's why. No, well, you're talking though. This is your spot. I'm here with Ed trying to figure out.
I was talking to John.
Oh.
Did you attend an acting school?
Yes, I went to a dramatic school at Warner Brothers Studios. It was a free school. They didn't pay the actors.
Right.
And for a long time, they worked that way. And that school was dissolved at a certain point when, this is many years ago, like 20 years, when Jack Warner found out they had it. He came up one day and said, "What is that?" And
I didn't
the
know
coach
you
said,
were...
"It's a dramatic school." And he said, "It's closed." And that was the end of it.
I didn't know that you...
I was washing the executives' cars. That's how I got on the lot. I drove the cars in, and I went to dramatic school there for about 4 months. It was a good school.
But you didn't get... You had to pay for that, or what?
No. They didn't pay me. I didn't pay them. It was just a freebie thing. And
what was your first part?
First part that I ever did...
Tell the truth, I saw it, too.
For money?
Yeah.
The thing with the ape, when you played the...
The ape.
No, with the head. You were a vampire.
No, I was a werewolf.
What?
Don't you love dogs?
Tell him about that.
I was a teenage werewolf, was my first...
I was a teenage werewolf?
No, I was.
No, I know. See, that was Well,
it's a
14 years on the ranch didn't hurt the old brain, I want to tell you. Well, Jim Harness once was in, what was The Creature from the Black Lagoon?
No, he was in The Thing.
Well, that's close.
The Thing.
Close.
The Thing, and he had the big...
It's a giant frozen asparagus. Marvelous.
Why don't you shut up, Johnny, and get on with it?
Okay, let's do this first.
I hope your pencil gets a rupture.
How can a pencil get a rupture?
I don't know, but we're trying to keep it rolling.
Okay. We'll take a small break here, and we'll come right back. Yeah. We're back. My guests are Don Rickles and Mike Lannon. You know, I didn't know that about I was a teenage werewolf. I really didn't. Do you ever look back on that and say, I suppose when you're young and you're in the acting business, you take what is available if you want to get into it, right?
Don't make excuses for films I make.
Oh, I'm not making excuses for it.
I thought it was a very good horror picture. I happen to like horror films.
Yeah?
And I thought I was marvelous. I won an award from the SPCA. And I think it was a worthwhile film.
Do you remember what you got paid for that?
Yes, I got $600 and 42 pounds of raw hamburger.
What happened after I was a teenage werewolf?
After I was a teenage werewolf, I had one of the pluses from it. I had complete respect from my younger children. No, I went on from there to bigger and better things. I stopped biting friends, and I played the albino in Guns of the Laker. And it's really killing you, huh?
Well, what's the first club you ever played? What was the name of the very first pay date?
The Albino Club.
No. What was the name of the place?
I tell you the truth, to the best of my recollection,
The club that we both know that can bring you some recognition was Murray Franklin's in Miami Beach.
Yeah.
And then the Elegant in Brooklyn for
Yeah, but you
Joe
played little joints before that.
No, I
didn't
used
you?
to see you all the time at Slate's.
Well, yeah, but that was late in life. I was doing good then. I was getting $350 a week, and Henry was taking $350 back. It was a long story. We don't want to go into my life. Just roll along about your albino. I'll talk to Marine Raiders. Really came in over Guam low, huh? Don't suck me into his cockamamie trick-or-treat movie. I did pictures with Frankie Avalon saying, the beach ball is missing.
That's right. You were in Beach Blanket Bingo.
What do you get your finger out of, you Uncle Sam? I know what I was in. Dumbbell, is this a test? When you hit a bell, go to geography. Look at that. 2 affiliates went, come on, Harold, the bell rang.
What was the picture you made with Frankie Avalon?
I did a bikini beach party with Annette Funicello, who was not here tonight. She's pumping up beach balls. Jack Gilardi. I don't know. I did a lot of those pictures. Hey, it's not my life, dumbbell.
I know.
Get Ralph Edwards. Say something, Ed. Do your trick.
You're rolling, Don. You're
do what you do best, Ed. The Marine Raiders fight song. Marine Raiders. Marine Raiders. Oh.
Mad.
It's a long night. Jump in, Mike. I'll make you feel relaxed.
But you never liked...
ride you either, Don.
But you never liked horses, did you?
Yeah, I don't mind horses. They're very
Oh,
nice.
somebody didn't like horses. Lauren didn't like horses.
That was the guy. Lorne Green, right, babe?
The Canadian Mountie.
The Canadian Mountie.
Right.
Never liked horses.
Well, the only problem with the horses is that 4 of us mounting together is a difficult proposition. That is not easy.
I found that out at a party I was at one night. He had this big stallion. It was fantastic. That was before the missus would always say, I don't understand that. That's why she's in a room with a rubber duck.
And happy.
You just wait long enough. There's a biggie along the way somewhere. Do we have to
have the band play a number. No. Look at this. The affiliates went, the band's here?
When you made some real money, you know, when you got on Bonanza and you started to get, what's the first thing you wanted to buy that you never could afford?
The first thing I wanted to buy...
yeah, when you finally got some money, say, hey, I'm going to...
A long salami. No, I'm going to tell you, you may think that's a very funny joke.
I do.
If you come from a... There are 2 things when you're a kid, if you've had a very thin slice of salami, that you remember. That's true. And that is how dynamite salami is. And it's very expensive. When you come from a family that doesn't have a lot of bucks, a salami is expensive. And the first thing I wanted to have was a long salami and olives with pimentos.
Kosher.
Because they're expensive, too. And I have a very big salami in my closet. Because I have very little clothes, so...
We all have our
yeah, and also you can slide...
Our problems, Mike. You sure you want to go into this in detail?
Pardon me?
I mean, we all have our little problems. I mean, you want to...
Yes, I'll go into it. It's delicious, and also it helps you get your boots on. You slide it in there a little slick on the leather. Salami and olives.
I thought you wouldn't want, but you were serious.
Oh, I'm very serious.
He was, because, like saving, right? Isn't that the truth? Like, you think about the days, like, when you don't have a buck and we all save something in our life saying, hey, if things don't go right. Is that pretty much the story?
No, I just happen to love salami and couldn't afford it.
Thank you for that interpretation, Don.
And now back to John Chancellor in New York.
We're going to take a little break here? We'll do that, and then Freddie Prinze is with us tonight. He's got a new show coming up, with Jack Albertson on NBC called Chico and Sonny.
And 19 years old, and I wish him every success.
Very
That's terrific.
funny young man.
Better believe it.
And we'll do this first. If you want that oil-free look all day,
folks,
here's
now
how.
you know he's a dumbbell. Folks.
Natural,
you know that.
Wonder Oil-free makeup from Revlon.
Skip in the park, John.
Friday nights at 8:30, beginning September, there'll be a new show on NBC called Chico and the Man. One of its stars is a young man we were talking about a moment ago. He's 19 years old. He's the son of a Puerto Rican mother and a Hungarian gypsy father, believe it or not. And he has sensational poise for being only... We have tonight. Who knows what's going to happen tonight? It's going to be...
Good evening, Johnny Day. It's strange that you asked.
Why did I bring that up? I know there's a full moon, and that's what happens. Did you notice there's a full moon out tonight?
Yes, I can feel it.
Well, that's the way it goes.
Johnny, I feel so good.
What's going on around here?
It's the full moon.
All right, anyway, we have Vicky Carr with us tonight, Bert Mustin, who am I leaving out? Ann Turkel, and this gentleman. A dear friend, really. And on Friday, November 14th, he's going to have another shot at immortality. They're going to give him a special on another network. And NBC is countering that show with something entertaining. He's also going to host right here, the week of when? October the 13th, I believe. Would you welcome this year's poster child for rabies, Don Rickles?
Nah, I'm not going on.
Come back here. Louis Bellson, he give him a solo, he goes bananas. How you feel, Louis? I spoke to Pearl, she's fed up. Do I need straps? Okay, look at your notes and let's get it over with.
Who needs notes with you?
Oh,
We've known
it's
each
good
other
to see
so
you,
long.
John. Really, it really.
We have not seen each other.
And we haven't
for at least 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, it really has. So, you know, my career has been, but it's nice to see you again,
But
John.
you're doing a big special.
Yeah, we are, November 14th. Mm-hmm. And for CBS, every network takes a shot at
That's
us.
right.
We feel the public is wrong, and we're going to prove it. We keep trying, and Dave Tebbett and Bob Wood and Freddie Silverman, they all sit together and go, what are we going to do with the Jew? What are we going to do? You know, and one black guy in the hall goes, I know what to do with him. You got a problem?
No, I just... You use this theme. For how long have you been using that? Isn't that the call to the, for the bulls, the bullfighter?
Right, that a boy. You get another one right, and you'll go on, hit the music, and win a gun. That's right. Gee, Johnny, I never saw you this alert, really. By the way, I saw Joanna in the fashion show. Your wife, you remember Joanna, the 8x10?
Yeah, well, come on.
She's sitting home now in the estate going, I hope he brings the check. Anyway, when he met her, she went under the name of Laverne. The dove died, you know.
She was...
I said the dove died, and Doc sits here going, I want the job. Give me a break, I want the job. Tell him what you told me, how fed up you are filling in for everybody. Be like this guy here. When God gave out personalities, he skipped them. How do you feel, Tommy? Attaboy, I spoke to the clinic. You're doing great. Good to see the guys in the band. The shipment will be in Friday.
They believe you.
The one trumpet player went, he knows about it?
What have you been doing since I've seen you? I know you've been with the Newharts. You went on another vacation.
Well,
you always go on vacation with the Newharts.
Well, life doesn't seem, it seems like a big vacation, but really, what's
does?
happened is, by the way, I must say, my mother's been under the weather, so that's
I heard that. I hope she's watching.
Yeah, and not to bring the show on a level that, thank God she's pretty good, but she's in Mount Sinai and Miami Beach. And
Etta, we hope you get better
thanks,
soon.
John, and she loves you. And I said, Mom, I'd mention, I said, hi, Mom. And I spoke to her, and she sits in oxygen. You know, she has that a sad disease, emphysema. So when I sit by the bed, I said, Mom, see, the family, see, with our families, with every family, when we get older, we all have, my mother has great drive, and everybody likes to say, how does she look to you, you know? So Barbara and I arrived in Miami, and I said, Mother, and the doctor said, Don, Mom's going to be okay, but, you know, she doesn't look great, you know, but don't tell her that. Now, my two aunts meet me in the hall and go, wait till you see her. Now, they love my mother, don't misunderstand. But the Jewish families all sit by the bed and go, oh, she looks so bad, you know. So I walked in, I said, Mom, you look great. And she went, honest to God? And she got out of the bed and started to do the tango. I wish. But she's coming along fine, and she watches this. She's staying up, especially tonight, to watch the show. She watches this very often to doze.
Well, we all have something when we get older. Watch that.
But she loves you, and she remembers the good days when we first came on the show. And to this day, isn't it odd that, Doc, I look at you so you feel you're part of it. You look like a bad couch salesman. You know what I mean? Anyway, when you get a substitute, find a guy. This isn't his thing. You know, his thing is sitting home going. You're going to die like that. They're going to put you in a casket. So, what was I saying?
I don't have the slightest idea.
Doesn't matter. You're dressed up in your Filipino suit. This is good if you live in the islands. But we remember when I first came, and to this day, nervousness, what'd I say? To this day, I come on your show, and you know...
You don't get nervous anymore.
Well,
I remember the very first night you were on the show, actually. And you were the white knuckle, remember?
Yeah, oh, sure.
We'd known each other. You know, seen each other in clubs and so forth.
Yes,
socially.
we did.
Oh, did we ever?
When you said to me, we didn't been there, yeah, no.
Okay,
Johnny
now
used
that's
to
true.
drink, but
That's
she
true.
doesn't drink anymore,
That
which
is
we must
true.
say. And
the time I
still
saw
do.
you were a little overweight and running around saying, "Psst, little girl."
Right.
And you know, remember that? Remember her, right?
Let's put it this way: we were both in heat. But now we're both happily married.
Absolutely.
You went through a couple of warm-ups, but
now
I went to the main event. See, I didn't go for the certificate. I went with many young ladies. You, like a dumbbell from the Midwest, went, where do I sign, Alvin?
you better believe that. You better believe that. I get to visit the Hassock every other Thursday. Go to look at the front of you. Anyway, let's don't talk about that.
No, I got news. The reason we can talk about those things is because you, John, you know, this is a great pressure game. You know, you've asked me, and Freddie DeCavada, and Peter LaSalle.
Peter Godiva.
The guys, you know, and because of you, have asked me to host for a week while you're gone on another one of your great tours around the world, you know. His lovely wife isn't here tonight. She's packing.
No.
She gets up in the morning and goes, where are we going, John? Pakistan. I never heard of it.
Do you know the first time I was ever out of this country was 3 or 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, and you weren't missed. Actually.
I hardly ever travel.
I know you don't, because, and I have a great statement about that, because my
Can we hear
family, it's a classic. My family says, my mother says, Boulder Dam and the Colorado River, it's America. What do you need, Europe? Because you got money? And the doctor's going, she's alive! Because it's true. We have a great country, and when we get a few bucks, well, you're beyond that. You are a man but surprisingly, because being well-educated, you went to the University of Nebraska, right?
I finished there, yes.
Yes, and you... What did the meters say? That was a 4. Could we go on now? Now. Anyway, you studied bad corn. And Jerry Taggy went to the University of Nebraska.
That's right.
And he's now sitting at home going, punt, punt, punt. That's a football joke. He's a quarterback.
I know
that was
who he
cut,
is.
unfortunately.
I know
Good.
that.
I often wonder what's in there. Oh, hello, folks.
Just a cigarette.
Vicky Carr's coming out. Cool it.
That's right.
Anyway, what are you, a seal? Anyway, got a broad applauding for cigarettes.
Talking about travel. You travel all the time. You've been more places than I have.
Not really.
Yes, you have. You've been to
we went on our
Italy.
honeymoon to
You've
Europe.
been to Mexico. You've been...
Mexico is beautiful. I really love Mexico.
You went there again with the Newharts?
Yes, I went with the Newharts.
Well, is that a package deal you get or what?
No, the Newharts... The Newharts live in hell.
Oh, I see. I didn't...
He comes in and says, oh, you want a breakfast? And he's not even Japanese,
That's
but
right.
he's an idiot.
Of course.
But we went down to Mexico, and it's great in Mexico. Unfortunately, the Presidente and the country, with all economic problems today, you don't have those problems. You have a big ranch with one horse going, hi, Doc. And Johnny, you don't have to worry about that at all. You just sit up in Bel Air and say, it's your serve, Harold. We people have to work, you understand? That's why I'm on this, for the $350 to cover the new room we're going to put on the house.
$320.
$320. It's $350 for me, otherwise I leave. But go to the commercial and be charming.
Oh, sure. Okay. We'll do this.
Don't be nervous. Just
all right, I'll do my best.
And you're getting grayer.
When you're getting balder.
I know that.
Yes.
But you're older. And I spoke to the clinic. You have tops a year. Look at the way the band went. Yeah. Now you're loved.
We're going to come right back.
Oh, really? Hello there, Daddy. Kiss my kumquats.
Well, after this message of
We're really good friends. You know, people, strangely enough, you'll hear oohs and ahs once in a while, and I think we're good friends, right?
Well, I got news. That doesn't sell, though. If we came out and I was kind of kind to you, I mean, 3 guys in Oklahoma would go, shut them off. The dummies are getting nice to each other, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's tell it like it is. You annoy me. Because they don't want to know our personal problems. Actors, isn't it the truth when you establish an image? You establish an image. Your image has always been America. I mean, there's never any problem. Bob Hope, you know, gets up in the morning.
Right.
And they hoist him on the pole, and the wife, Dolores goes, da-da-da-da-da-da. I mean, that's America. Each one does his own thing. Not that Bob isn't a great American, you know, unless you heard something.
No.
But everybody, you know, has their thing. My thing has always been the heavy, the bandit. You know, I've always loved you, you know.
But you played motion pictures even before you became...
I've always loved him?
Yes. You played motion pictures before you became well-known on television. I saw you the other night in a submarine picture.
Yeah, Run Silent, Run Deep.
Run Silent, Run Deep.
Yeah, that was my claim to fame. The best thing that ever came out of that was knowing Clark Gable.
Yeah, with Clark Gable, there
was a great man, rest his soul. But I mean, see, acting when you
do a little Gable. You used to do a little Gable.
Well, I'm not Rich Little, you know.
I know that.
And I'm not Frank Gorshin, you know.
I know that.
I'm me.
I know that.
It's starting to get to me.
Yes.
But Gable said to me, this is the truth. Gable said to me one night, we sat, Jack Warden, who I adore, I don't see too often, but he's a fine actor. Jack Warden asked me to come in the dressing room one night. He said, Gable wanted to talk to you, and, you know, when you said Gable in those days, I complete, to this day, if the good Lord put it, there's certain people you're in awe of,
right.
Even I'm sure you. Jack Benny, rest his soul, you weren't always in awe of Jack.
Right.
So when Gable walked in the room, I said, Mr. Gable, he said, call me Clark. I said, well, sir, I just want to say it's a great treat to be in this film with you. He said, I want to tell you something, kid. You know something? You're crazy, you pick on people. But remember, what you do, the world's going to jump on you. And when they do what Gable does. Take a belt of booze, look up and say, hey, God, I'm doing my best. Remember. That's pretty much the truth, because we all have to take a stand. You know, I go on this show many times, and I'm always jumping on you and so forth, and people expect
I
that.
don't mind
And I
if you
really
jump
do.
on me.
I do want to jump on you because I have many problems. I'm married 10 years, and I got a great wife. And last night, you know, the erector set, I got a little excited. So I said, Pussycat! And she put a bowl of milk under the bed. And we just laid there and hummed for about a half hour. Marriage isn't all sex, right, John?
What?
There's more to it. There really is. And I'm trying to find out what
it is.
But we love each other, and we're very happy. We're married now 10 years.
10 years.
How long are you married? Oh, unfortunately, you had some bad breaks, and you had some bad breaks.
Well, your time,
You guys are jinx. I'll roll the dice again. But you gotta love. You just can't think it's, hey, Shirley, here I am. You gotta do what I do. Open up your robe, stand on top of the bathroom, and go, hello, world. Let them know who you are. You know what I mean? Get wild, get crazy.
Well, the world
Put patchis on your lips, anything.
World's getting smaller all the time.
It sure is.
Yeah.
That's a good comment.
Here's a word.
You're a real dummy. You always were.
From Oil of Olay.
The Comanches are in town.
How about a crazed physician?
A crazed physician, yes.
Yeah.
Terminally insane,
Yes,
I
right.
think. Would you welcome Mr. Warmth, Don Rickles?
Throw him out. Right away, a vicious guy. I hope your penguin dies in your tub. Hell that means.
Happy New Year.
You really drink coffee?
Absolutely.
Hey, Eddie, get a Cruller. We'll get the cab out in about a half hour.
I'm off of booze.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Give him a prize. What do I care?
Well,
I remember you made up for a lot when you were drinking. The old days used to just lay around the restaurant going, and people said, that's Johnny Carson. Your mother was in Nebraska going, he's bombed, he's bombed. We're Jewish people. We don't drink. We just sit there saying, want another one, sir?
You and I had some moments together ourselves, let's be honest.
Well, hey, we had our heyday now. You're a little older than I. I'm still a young
Hold
kid.
it.
Right? Well, hey.
Hold it.
I know when we played tennis. You forgot when we first started? Now, I was just telling Bobby Quinn, the director, you know, the little midget in the booth? Right. Nothing wrong about little people. I love little people, but he keeps running around. I see him at the health clubs all the time, sucking on my ankle. Anyway, why do you do that? Your tie's laying right. Why do you do that?
It's a nervous habit.
Well, nervous habit? Well, get over it. Go to a rest home or something. Did you get engaged, Ed?
Yes, I did.
Sorry. Anyway, did you see the girl you got engaged to?
Certainly have.
Oh, God. It's like the front of a bad bus. No, Ed, she's a pretty girl. You gotta be alone on the highway, searching, wandering. If you don't get Bambi, you get hurt. No, I'm kidding, Ed. You're a big fella. You can handle it. Anyway, I just can't picture you on the wedding night on top of the furniture. Over here, hon!
Look, when all you've
Hey, you can go to heck, folks. We're gonna laugh. We saw the girl. When she takes off the girdle, I love that. Victoria.
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 Lovely girl.
Lovely girl. Really. I met her in the Navy. She used to stand on the dock. Fleets in. We only kid. I must say that, Ed, you had an engagement party.
Yes.
Which we weren't invited to, but I'm not hurt. You wait till you see the gift we give you. Picture of my gynecologist on his way home. My gynecologist?
Your gynecologist?
You changed the freckles on your face are gone, and Billy Eckstein is alive. Anyway, Billy? Anyway, Scatman Crothers in the back going, Billy Eckstein died? No. Scatman Crothers was in my dressing room all night going, I love my son and my son come home. My baby know my son. I said, shut up, I hate rhythm. Buddy Rich is in the back going, Mama, Daddy, Mama, Daddy, Mama, Daddy, Mama, Daddy. You don't see this anymore, God is. But, well, with the new wife, in case you don't fool around, you can just go, wow. But,
What did Bobby Quinn say?
Who cares? Oh, no. No, I remember when we first played, you don't play tennis, Ed. You got trouble moving that damn thing around. You ought to put a little horn on top of your head. I don't know why I'm picking you perspiring. I really got you locked tonight. I never saw you perspire.
I'm laughing.
Gentile guys like you, once in a while, you and Johnny get a little trickle. Yeah. Jewish people, we perspire, we're emotional. You people from the Midwest, you know, well, you're from Philadelphia, but originally, where were you from?
Lowell, Massachusetts.
Wrong!
I had a strict family. We were not allowed to perspire.
La 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 la. Pass it. I hate when you get physical.
I know that.
You know that. It always used to be a problem.
Once at a party, I gave you a little...
Buddy Rich is on the show, and he's a black belt.
Once at a party. You've never forgotten. We had a party once in Las Vegas, remember? And I came over and
well,
we were all fooling around.
That's right.
And I gave you a little...
Well, you had a couple of belts, and we had a good time, and John, you know, Ed, we're not interrupting, are we? Ed keeps looking at the light going, isn't it on me? How do I look? Hello.
In brewing beer and anything, being really good takes pride.
Catherine Coleman is home.
Just watch this. Here's a word from Budweiser.
When you say Budweiser.
Hey, Zach, I need a break. Give me a good sideline shot.
Do what I can, man.
Turn it on, huh?
When you take up sports photography, you know what's coming. Action. It takes extra effort to get exactly what you want. It takes pride in what you're doing and the guts to stick with it.
I really am sorry about your arm, man.
The Budweiser people have that kind of pride, too. And every taste of Beechwood Age Budweiser says so. Loud and clear. Hear it talking?
When you say Budweiser, you said it all.
Tony Musante stars in Quality of Mercy, a special movie Thursday at 9, 8 Central on NBC.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor.
Yeah,
Don Rickles is here. Buddy Rich, John Biner, Kathy Rich, Dale Alexander is going to talk about hair.
I got no problem.
He might tell you how to fill that out.
Why? I wonder why guys worry about that. You know, you got to be yourself. You know, like you have a full head of hair, but it's thinning. You know.
No.
In the front, you had much more when you were younger. Look at some.
No, it was darker when I was younger.
Darker?
Yeah, I had a little pompadour. Remember those? In your high school, I had a little pompadour?
Wonderful. These are good facts, but I really don't.
What is this?
I'm starting to feel like Jack, rest his soul. For God's sake. You know. But I must say that as we get older, we change. And hair is not the big thing. Don't worry.
Of course not. I didn't say it
Well,
was.
no. You made fun of people that are bald.
I wasn't making fun of your baldness.
Yes, you did.
Really,
Don't
you're not
steam
really bald.
You don't steam me. I'm going to knock this Marine right on the floor. Really got it in for you tonight, Ed. You know why?
Why?
Because you just found a beautiful girl. Did you meet Victoria?
Of course I've met
We made
Victoria.
jokes. To those of you that love Ed, you three. No, he has a beautiful. You never. Are you going to, when Ed gets married, are you going to go for a few beans and give him a nice party?
Just going for a few beans. I got him a
told
can
you
of
don't have to
jalapeno
kiss
beans.
it anymore. I told you that. I begged you. I said, Ed, be yourself. Walk right up to him one night and go, hey, John. He's thin. He'll fall down. It's all over. You know the furniture. Just sit by the desk. Who's going to stop you? Freddie? The Spanish Freddie de Cavite, Kivite de Cuvite? He's busy going to the parties with his wife Janet saying to big people, I'm Freddie, I'm Johnny's producer. Go away, dumbbell, go away.
Can you break the big news that happened in your dressing room tonight, or is it too premature? Because I happen to be there at that historic moment.
I must say what you said, which is a classic. What happened was, NBC has, once again, as ABC has, and CBS has, and 3 presidents of networks are now at Forest Lawn going, why? Why? But NBC and Dave Tebbutt, my dear friend, and I knew we were in because he sent a gift already.
A gift arrived.
An 8x10 glossy of a TV set. But I knew then and there
He's waiting to see if the show
that
will-
Aaron Rubin and I, along with Joseph Scandori, my wife Barbara, who is fully behind this thing, another pilot, we have been given another opportunity to skyrocket to fame on television. Johnny Carson started me on television, and you've held me back.
Another
now,
pilot.
once again, NBC has seen fit Herb Schloss, who you see in the hall going, with my wah-wah. And all these big executives sat together.
You're going to do another show.
Yes. No, I'm going to open up Ralph's Market and squeeze tomatoes. Of course.
That I would've-
Dumbbell gives me a dumb
that I
line
would've
like that.
believed.
Am I right, Ed?
Yes,
Well,
you're right.
stop laughing.
Is it,
Getting fed up with you, mule. I'm getting fed up.
will it be,
Ever since you got engaged, you changed.
will it be seen in this country?
No, it'll be seen in Yugoslavia. They never see it in Yugoslavia because they constantly have the runs. Is it on? I gotta go. You ever spend an afternoon in Acapulco? Wait up, Charlie! I don't need da-da-da-da-da. I know how I walk. Paid a dumbbell drummer that keeps going da-da-da-da-da. Wait till you see the great one come out. He's in the back now going, my wrists.
So you're going. When does this show go on the air?
This doesn't go on the air. We wait
Just
for
a
a
pilot.
storm, we put a wet wire on our lip and hope. It's not going on the air. We're just going to kill time.
Well, you've had a lot of pilots, haven't you? I mean, you've done a lot of.
Tell them the line.
I
Let's not
said
say
you've had your hand in more pilots than an Air Force proctologist. That's all I said. That's all I said. I guess I didn't say that one, did I?
I know what a proctologist is.
I know.
That's a guy that stands in a hall with a pole and goes, I'm coming, Harold. Anyway, you brought up proctology. I used to
Well.
think it was a guy on a sub. Anyway, that's a little deep.
Of course it is.
See the periscope. You don't.
Well, I wish you.
A proctologist, for those of you who don't know, if you have a, well,
Never
explain
mind.
it.
They know what it is.
Oh, okay, fine.
Anyway,
What, you going to have dinner?
to tide you over to that show, you're guesting on Medical Center?
Yes.
Now, what are you playing on that?
I'm playing what you think, a retarded moron.
Come, no, I didn't say that.
No, the people laughed when they said that. I started...
Are you diseased in this episode? Well, I mean, Most people who do guest shots are either horribly, something terrible has happened to them. What has happened to you besides the
Well,
new
I
pilot?
use an ointment, and it's some sort of seafood rash.
I see. So, service.
I had it in the Navy.
a
It was
service-
called the lobsters.
Now, come
It's
on.
deadly. It can kill you.
Is it a
Well,
really
medical
deep dramatic
Joe
role?
Gannon, Chad Everett, who's a wonderful actor. I know this because he called me today and
Says
said I'm a wonderful
actor. Yes. Chad has been
And
known
Chad
to do
Everett and Al Ward and Frank
Al
Lixman.
Ward and Frank
yeah.
Lixman.
Yeah, these are big people. These are guys that hang around MGM with a little ball going, "Your serve." Anyway, they have a big problem. They weren't in the service. They skipped around the house a lot. Anyway, right, Marine Raiders?
Right.
Yeah. All right, Squadron. All right, or dive.
Now,
dive.
what do you play in this thing?
Pardon me?
What is your role in
Why do
this?
you interrupt me when I was on a roll with this man about the Marines? Don't you like the
We'll
service?
decide if you're on
You
a
were in
roll.
the Navy. You were an ensign going, "Everybody to your gun station!" Rapid fire, commence, commence, commence. And the Japanese people going, "What?"
I stayed right in my bunk with my pinup of Mara Corday, and that's it. That got me through Guam about 2 months.
You were in the Marines, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, yell it out, boy. Marine Raiders!
Marine Raiders.
He's one, too.
What is the dramatic part that you're playing?
What are you, Al Jolson?
Well, maybe.
The dramatic part I play. Why don't you go up in the aisle and make an appeal? Now, must be a rally from Israel.
Do you play a doctor?
The old lady went, "He's Jewish." Anyway, no, I don't play a doctor. Who would believe me as a doctor? I got trouble spelling it. I play a guy who is a cynical, bitter man. My God, I'm playing me. But I play pretty much a guy, and Ruth Buzzy.
Well, what is wrong with you?
Pardon me?
In the story, what's wrong with you?
What is wrong? Why? What are you, hung up on diseases?
Well, you're a patient, right?
Yes, it's either, well, I have ulcers. I have a...
that's what I wanted to find out.
And I'm dying of it because I need this operation.
Oh.
I know. Don't go to pieces. And Ruth Buzzy, who is a lovely actress. It sounds crazy. The girl with the pocketbook, and as Ruth is, and I know you're going to laugh. And if you do,
Why would I
I'm going to
laugh?
suck your neck.
Why would I laugh?
Why would you laugh? Because this show isn't making it. That's why you laugh.
I saw you in Kelly's Raiders.
Kelly's Heroes. Raiders was a picture you saw on Hollywood Boulevard with Ed one night with the blankets over your head. Kelly's Raiders. Man makes $4 million. Buy the cough. Now, when you're that rich, you don't cough. You just go, "Hello, get rid of it."
See, most people don't know.
Well, of course they don't know. That's why they're
I haven't finished the statement.
Oh, fine.
That
Don't
you
touch
actually-
me. You know what I have.
Yeah, of course. That you actually went to drama school, the New York Actors Drama Place.
No, wrong again.
All
The
right.
New York Actors Drama Place is a garage where you and I had a broad Thursday.
Nevertheless.
Her name was Lillian. She worked with an elephant and a dead mule.
I know.
Anyway,
Then the birds came in and molted,
That's
remember, and flew away.
And then Ed came in at the end and went, "Ta-da!"
Okay. You went to the New York Drama, you went to the,
I didn't go there, dumbbell. Get the place
You
right.
attended that.
I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Same thing. I meant the drama place in New York.
No, it's not the drama place in New York. You never went to a drama school. You were in Nebraska saying to the heifer, "Wow."
That's coming out backwards.
Ooh. Boy, he hit the bucket. Anyway, you gotta realize you were never an actor. You just skyrocketed to fame. You come out in a trailer from California.
Wait, hold it. I appeared on Broadway.
Really?
In Tunnel of Love. Did 2 United States Steel Hours.
But you're a self-conscious guy. People don't know that. You're not basically an actor. Now, come on, be honest.
What do you
How
mean?
many
Are
times...
you saying that I can't act?
A fair statement, yes. I would say that. Let me put it the other way. You stink. You are not an actor. You are a multi-millionaire in what you do. There is nobody that can do what you do.
Wait a minute. What is that
What are you now?
multi-millionaire?
What are you, a referee now? What is this? My timeout, Rams. First down, Green Bay. Clipping on the 40, and Larry McCutcheon going, "We losing, you dumbbell. We losing." And Jimmy Harris going, "My arm hurts, my arm hurts." And Chuck Knox is going, what's the score?
Do you consider yourself an
And
actor?
Carol Rosenblum is in the... Oh, pardon me. Cut that out, folks. He's in the dressing room going...
Do you consider yourself...
37-7.
Oh, you got some more. Excuse me.
Oh. Jump in when you get a minute.
Didn't mean to interrupt you there.
My goodness. Now, what are we going to say?
Does smoking, if I smoke, bother you?
No, not at all.
He's not going to respect you in the morning. You'll take a pause. We'll be right back.
On the lobby, as he's going to talk to the animals, talk to the birds. It'll be wonderful. You just sit with him and hum to animals and birds all day long. And you'll get a day job, go back to Chicago and do what you do best. Carry the 2, 5 and 5 is 6, 7 and 7 is 14, and that's $40. Okay, you can now go to Mexico. There's notes. This is not your land, you crazy cunt. You're not going to have the land. You stupid man, you're not going to have the land. It's no good. This is not your land. You take... Oh, Carson's cigarette box. Oh, I broke his box. I broke Carson's cigarette box. Carson's cigarette box. It's my Johnny's box. Johnny's cigarette box. Wait a minute. Those of you from the other world, Merry Christmas.
Uh-oh.
What the hell happened to this?
Well, as long as you've seen what happened.
You know how long I've had this cigarette box on this desk?
You brought that up from New York City?
I brought this from New York. What on earth?
It happened last night.
Who?
Don Rickles.
I did not see the show
Don Rickles
last
did it last night.
Are you putting me on now?
No. Don Rickles did it last night on the show.
What the hell did he do with it? The wood is broken. That's an heirloom.
Well,
Look, I've had that box from see where I sit here and I hit it with my pencils during the show to keep my sanity.
Well, I know.
I haven't broken that box. And
Don Rickles.
How did he do it? What did he do?
Well, he was having a fit, and he...
How could you tell? How could you tell? I just saw him in makeup getting ready to tape that FPO Harkey, or whatever.
CPO Shark.
CPO Shirky.
No, I don't know. He told a joke and it didn't go well, and he got upset, and he did a number.
Is he in?
He hit it. He hit it with his hand.
Is he taping now?
What? He's taping across the hall. CPO Sharky.
Can I get over there? Can I get over there?
Stay here.
Be right back. Come on. Just follow me. Is he in studio? Are they taping? Are they on the air? I don't give a damn if they're on the air. Open it up. Rickles, hold. Stop the taping. Stop the taping. Somebody broke my cigarette box. We're taping. I just started the show. I picked my box up off my desk that I've had for 9 years. My box is broken. They told me you broke it on the show last night.
Well, I really...
You big dummy.
Hey, a black man.
Hey, you're a black man. Hey, how's it going, Daddy?
How's it going, baby?
Hang him. What? You're right. Were you in the middle of something?
No, I was just hanging around waiting for a ship to come in.
Did you break this box?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
Do you know how long I've had this box on the show? About 9 years. I brought this out from New York. Look at this. That is very expensive.
That's a darn shame. I'd give it to Tony Randall for a wedding gift.
And I want to know what you plan to do about this.
Well, I plan to wrap your hand in it. What do you want from me?
No, I'm sorry to come over and interrupt your show, but when I saw this, I got so incensed.
All right, it's millions of dollars. What do you care?
What do you mean? What are you doing?
Yours. I'm just punching away here with 6 people trying to stay alive. That's all.
Millions of dollars? What are you doing with the money? This can't be it.
I get the feeling you're Dennis James and I'm a bad contestant.
Yeah. I hope you kept the cotton mill down south. If this show goes like the others, you're out of work come January. Well, I will expect a very expensive gift. Something to replace this.
A wonderful, large, wonderful, beautiful X-ray of your lungs.
Look, I didn't mean to interrupt your taping here because I know you're in your big dramatic scene.
And, you know, in your position today, you really are one of the biggest guys in the business.
Help me. I want my
Next Christmas, I'm going to make sure a tree drops on your head. No, but I'm sorry about the box.
Well, so am I.
I will come up with something.
Well, I hope so.
But just keep me on your show. You mean so much to me.
Certainly. No. Don't humble yourself in front of these people. Don't humble yourself in front of them. I want something back. Okay, carry on.
Help me.
Carry on. Good seeing you.
Johnny Carson. They know who I am. Okay, wait a minute. Why do you always do that? Johnny Carson. They know who I am. Don Rickles. What is that? But he's got to watch himself because Carol's a two-fisted guy ever since I've known him. He smokes the cigar, he's got the booze going, he's everything. All he needs the broads, but we got the two wives sitting there going, down, 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 down. Oh, this is Frank Johnny's box. Ooh. When he dies, I'm going to put him in this. No, this is his cigarette box. It's his favorite box. It's a long story. He's a dummy. He doesn't know. He's got $40 million. He sits with his wife, Joanna, on the floor and goes, your turn. Anyway, and they put the trains through the tunnel. It's a whole damn thing.
They're not even the filter ones.
No, who cares? What are we going to discuss this for? Hello? All right. You remember Senior Wences? He worked the Strand. He was there for 2 years till the pit went down and he didn't know about it. Anyway, that's a show business joke.
Yeah. Okay. Moving along.
My next guest and good friend, Mr. Warmth, Don Rickles, is finally very busy. His television series, CPO Sharkey, seen on NBC Wednesdays at 9, will still be on this fall. That's a new record. Rickles has lost more pilots than the Japanese Air Force. I got to get mine in early, folks. He's also the host. Isn't that right, Joe? He's a host of a television special, Us Against the World, or is it U.S. Against the World?
Either way.
Either way. U.S. or us. Anyway, he does that on NBC September the 7th from 8 to 10 o'clock, and on September the 27th through August, on September 27th through October the 2nd, he will be at the Boston Music Hall with Stephen Eady. Busy, busy, busy. Would you welcome Don Rickles?
Bless you, birds. Working a bird museum.
What are you,
I must say, forgive I know.
You going to a Grange meeting or what? This is a high-class show. This is not some...
I know. Forgive me, but I usually don't dress that. I'm meticulous. We come from the same school of being meticulous and dress accordingly. One night you wore a white jumper suit
And I said to my wife, I said, hon, look at that. And she said, he looks absolutely adorable. But my wife is a lonely Jewess who just hangs around the park going, hi. But, hey, Lou, isn't it funny staying up late? But, I just got to say something, because this man, nobody realizes before... By the way...
We all realize.
One thing
I just told him.
Oh, but you just lay there.
Certainly.
You get $40 million.
Why don't you
Collect
tell
your
him?
money and lay there.
You started
hey, Doc,
to tell me.
how are you, babe? Good to see you. I spoke to the hospital. Your lip is gone. Now...
You started to tell us why you're dressed this way.
I'm dressed this way.
Let's do one thing at a time. Otherwise, you know, if we get back
Fine.
to
I get the feeling I'm at a clinic and you're my psychiatrist. And I know your problems. Anyway, laugh, Lou. Anyway, ball players, they don't know anything. Say! Anyway, the reason I'm dressed this way, I usually come out with a tie and a shirt. John knows, meticulous, but we're rehearsing C.P.O. Sharkey, and there is a rumor and a story about C.P.O. Sharkey that it went in the... And John, bless his heart, since we've known each other, I've had trouble with my own show. I have the best show in the world, I say it, and we are wearing C.P.O. Sharkey tonight, and C.P.O. Sharkey will be on in the fall, and you people vote. And right now, I'm begging you.
No, not really. Not really.
So we'll be on in the fall, but there's no air date, and that's why I'm dressed like this. We just got through rehearsing, and Aaron Rubin is a brilliant man.
I'm glad to hear you're on in the fall. Really, I mean that.
And we got a guy called Richard Slattery, who's a heck of an actor. He really
I know
is.
who he is, yeah.
Yeah, well, fine. This isn't, you know, Stump the Stars.
I see.
But here's what I got to show you, Lou. May I show Lou something?
Certainly.
Oh, like I asked permission. Now. See, Lou, when you steal, you're 38, right, Lou? Son of a gun, you batted son of a gun. And I met your wife, Virgie, in the back. She said, Lou's going to steal more bases. Anyway. Virgie, I got to tell you this. Virgie, I'll be with you in a minute.
Certainly.
Virgie and Dee Crawford, that's Willie Crawford's wife, and my son, Willie Crawford Jr., are best friends.
Your son is Willie Crawford Jr.?
Willie Crawford Jr., that's true. They go to the same school together. Man makes $6 million a year and goes...
But I'm on in the fall.
What?
But I'm set for the fall. They ain't waiting to move something out so they can move you in. Okay.
God love you, John. You always get that. Anyway, if I may.
Of course.
And John, you played ball in the Midwest?
Yes.
You and your brother Dick in Nebraska said, more corn, Harry.
Did I ever tell you what we use for a ball? Okay, go.
So, see, Lou, when you lead off, you're 38 now, right, Lou? Yes. Lou, are these too tough? Vern Rapper's the manager, right? And he stands in the dial going, come on, Lou, come on, man, come on, stand, come on, stay, come on, Lou. Hey, Lou, come on, stay, hey, come on, Lou, stay, hey. And Lou's going, huh? See, so when you lead off, lean like this. And at 38, you gotta say, come on, leg. Come on, you mother, move. But I must say, on behalf of my son, Larry, my daughter, my family, I must say, from the bottom of my heart, I am a baseball fan. Tommy Lasorda's my idol, and you're the second guy in the world that I adore, and you are a great athlete, and God bless you.
Thank you. Rock, Dean, go.
Hit him hard, hit him low. Remember the words of Notre Dame? We're losing.
Right, Father Flotsky?
Read the sign.
I'll read it.
Read the sign.
We'll be right back
The
in a moment.
dumbbell is reading the sign.
That's right, $6 million.
We'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
We are back with Lee Brock, Don Rickles, Holly McCullough, Eli Wallach will join us. So anyway, really, I hope the show really lays in there in the fall.
Well, thanks,
I know it's
John.
going on,
With Dick Ebersol and Don Olney, which we did the special. See, NBC now, they say third and second. It's so dumb with this rating, Jazz.
That's the only
But that's
wheel
the
in
name of the
town,
game. It's fair. But they have young people and young guys that are really coming up and doing a heck of a job, and I'm delighted.
Yeah. Now, will you be happy with that? Because you're used to, jumping all over and going here and there. Now, the series, locks you in. Kind of a work schedule.
You know that. You've discussed this talk about you doing some films and so forth. And when we get out of our own element, and we know each other a lot of years on the honest bit, it's amazing that I keep saying, like, wow, it's almost an ego trip to say, if I can only make it on television, like Bob Newhart, who's made it on television and keeps telling me that time again.
I've made it on television.
I really made it, Don. I really made it. And you know that. You know Bob I love. He's my dear friend. We travel all over the world together. We share a cabana at the beach. And by the way, speaking of Bob, which I am.
Yes, I noticed.
My wife and Bob Newhart are both Virgos, and their birthday is this coming weekend. I won't say what day, because I don't want the whole world to say hip, hip, hooray. Right. But I'm going for a bundle.
Really?
And Bob's wife, Ginny, said, and she's pregnant, so she kept saying, I can't say you. And she is going to chip in, and we're going to have a little party. And it should be nice.
Nice.
Bob Wood, an old friend of ours, a mutual friend, he used to be president of CBS.
Yes.
He's now running around the highway going, used to be president of CBS, and cars run over him. That's the kiss of death.
Everybody used to be president of CBS at one time or another.
Well, sure, same thing at NBC when they made Bob Mulholland.
Mulholland.
Yeah, they took a guy that was a drive and made him a president, And Bob Mulholland was sitting there one day and said, you're the president. No! I don't want to be the president! No!
Hey, go ahead. Oh, shoot. Get down in your seat.
What's the matter with you, Lou? You keep staring at me.
Yeah. Hey, we got a film clip. Freddie keeps going like this. I thought he had a...
Wait a minute, make you feel at home, Lou. Oh, fuck! Of course. Saint! Thanks, John, for jumping in.
Nice stuff there you got.
When you make $60 million, you just sit in a chair and say, look at a Jewish kid killing himself.
Well, they put this film. They put this in for you, make you look big, make you look tall.
Bless you, John. All right, bring in another Egyptian.
All right, we got a film clip. We have a film clip of you emceeing or hosting a show called Us Against the World or U.S. Against the World.
Us Against the World, produced by Don Olmeyer, and I must say it's an exciting show.
Well, we'll be the judge of that.
Okay.
You have to let the audience say whether it's exciting.
That's right. That's true. Ed McMahon's on, your buddy.
All right.
Okay, fine. Roll the film.
Well, do you want to explain what it's about?
No, who cares? You don't care. Well, no, it's about, Us Against the World is about a group of wonderful stars from the different networks, all the big names, Susan Katz, Al Lipschitz,
Barry Green,
Marvin Farnham,
yes.
Lou Brock.
Saul Nitti.
Getting on my nerves, Lou. Now, and all the great stars.
What would you do if he stole your mouth? Like you?
I'd be out of business and have his own florist shop.
Right.
Anyway, I hope they see Us Against the World.
When is that show?
Wednesday night. I sound like Bob Hope. Give me some pencils. Wednesday night, fella.
Right. Then I'm going to be in Buffalo for the...
Right. And I'll be at the State Fair in Arkansas.
Berkeley Heat Fund. Okay.
I'm bad at plugging things, but Wednesday
not
night,
particularly. You spent 20 minutes plugging CFO Harkey.
No, CFO... Let me write that down.
See, I always mix that up.
Let me write that down. Guy from Midwest destroys Jewish comedian.
APO. I know.
Oh, look at this. He's got it all fixed.
That's right. No.
Ah, shut up. What is this? Name that tune?
Hey, you were in the Navy, weren't you?
What's that?
You were...
No, I was a SEAL during the war.
You were in the Navy, were you?
Yes,
not?
I was in the Navy.
What was your rank in the Navy? I'm serious.
I was a seaman first class. You were an ensign. I remember that.
That's right.
And you guys used to sit in the wonderful quarters going, look at the way this seaman is breaking his kumquats.
Well, I was a seaman.
Look at this. The whole audience went, what's that? Kumquats. Lou Brock went, I know what kumquats.
Lou Brock never said a thing. Lou didn't say anything. I was listening. I didn't hear him say
Get to
that.
the film, will you, dummy? You see, Freddie, he's not landing planes.
Right.
Film. My timeout, Cleveland.
This is... Yeah, you want to see it again? Okay. Run the film.
His line?
Watch anything.
We are back. Well, what can I say about Rickles that I haven't said before?
Yeah. Best not to offend him before he comes out.
Mr. Warmth,
Yes.
as I dubbed him some years ago. I've known Don for 17, 18, about 20 years, I guess. And he, as you well know, is the star. He told me in the hall, he said, I am the star of CPO. That just gives him something to get. CPO Sharky. It's seen here, as far as we know, on NBC Friday nights at 8:30.
Yes.
And on top of that, he will be opening at the Sahara Hotel in Las Vegas on March the 9th. Yes, well, I open there this Friday night, day after tomorrow, just for 2 days, Friday and Saturday. Would you welcome, who was he? Don Rickles.
Look at this. He shot a bear and made an outfit.
Thank you.
How are you?
Fine, thank you, Don. Nice to see you.
You know what that is? That's ultra suede.
Oh, good. Well, how long have you had this?
I was waiting for you to sit down.
Oh, I thought it was an arthritis attack. I didn't know.
I always wait for my guests to sit first.
Sit down.
There you are.
Going to strap me in, or can I talk first? Bob Newhart on an airplane. We're up. Hi, John. How are you? Thanks so much for the CPO Sharky plug. You're just a sweetheart. The way you make my career roll right along. I've known you now. How many years do we know each other?
Well, at least 18, 19 years, something like that.
I'm fed up. You started me in the old days in New York, Basin Street East. We go back that far.
That's right.
And you hung around New York and ran to every club in town. Buddy Rich is your idol, I understand.
Well, we've made a few rounds.
Yeah. You, Buddy Rich, and all those days. And Ed, you weren't there then. You were in Jersey with your wife saying, want more taffy? And, how's Victoria, your lovely wife?
Fine, thank you.
She's got a lovely wife.
Yes.
11.
Yes, she does.
She's 11, isn't she? 11 years old. I found her yesterday in the park going, where's my Eddie? Where's my Eddie? I married a nice, conservative, Jewish, lovely girl.
Lovely Barb.
Some 40, whatever. She don't like to bring up the age, but it's starting to show. The neck is starting to hang a little bit. Gets up in the morning with the robe on. You got to tell it like it is, John. Well, you're married to Joanna, but I don't, you guys have had problems in life.
What do you mean problems?
Hey, you guys have been to battle a lot of times, I took one shot at the big sky, and scored. Wife just laid there and went, it's Halloween. Anyway,
But you didn't get married. You're what, 37, 38?
What do you mean I didn't get married?
I mean, you
what
got
am I, a
married.
Mau fighter pilot? Of course I got married.
But you waited till you were 37 or 38.
Of course I want to go through what you did, Your Honor. And I say, is this man unkind? Don't be nervous, guys. I'm between two guys. Hey, but you got to find yourself. See, you came out of Nebraska. You came out of Jersey. You were young, mixed up, confused. I was in heat 24 hours a day. I used to go on the highway and go, I'm lonely. Help me, anybody. A monkey, a dog, a rabbit, anybody, help me.
I remember you back there.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
were chasing...
Singers. I always went for singers.
You did. I remember the names of some.
That was my big... No, let's not bring up names. That's, you make a little trouble when you bring up names.
Okay.
Because I could bring up a couple of things about you and you'd be in court again. Your Honor.
Never mind that.
I'm not
Ed's sitting there laughing, going, oh, I hope you don't bring up any names. See, Johnny can handle it better than you. He acts casual here. You folks don't know this man. I tell you about the inside of both these guys. They sit out here like it's blood brothers. Blood brothers. Blood brothers. They love each other. Oh, cochisa, suck wrist. Blood brothers. Then the show's over. See you later, Charlie. But America I keep walking around like I'm lonely. But America doesn't know. These guys, when you work together, you don't see each other that much. Although I heard you went out to see Buddy Rich together.
Yes, we go out occasionally.
I get my, you know, you go out. You called me a few times. You said, don't tell Johnny. Well, Johnny has two groups. You and I have the basic people. He has the A group. He's like Sinatra now.
Oh, yes.
He and Joanna sit with Gregory Peck. Greg? Greg? I'll tell Frank about you, though. Sinatra likes you.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, it's a strange thing. You've been in Sinatra's company many times. You've asked your wife, Joanna, to say, introduce me to Frank. And Frank always stood in the corner and went, I want to meet. And Frank doesn't talk like that. That's the guy behind him. Of course, he always has a lot of Italian guys around. I only talk about Sinatra mainly because he's been so very kind to me. You know what he did? Did you get invited to Israel?
Yes.
By Frank?
Yes.
It's on the list. Never figured he was on the... Were you invited?
Yes.
Then what good is the trip?
There are 500 people.
Two Gentiles and the only Jew on the trip.
All of these people were invited. They're in the audience.
I thought it was a big deal. Then Frank invited everybody. That's right. Then forget it. Havana, Gila, Havana. No. It'll become a rally, and then we'll have to raise money.
Have you ever... You've been to Israel, haven't you?
Yes.
You have been to Israel.
It will take your breath away. It is magnificent.
That's what I
And I went
understand.
with Newhart, and you know.
Oh.
Bob is German-Irish, a good Catholic, the best Catholic in the world, as you are a good Catholic. You trip once in a while, but sometimes when the priest wanted to hit you with the water, he went, nah, better not. Anyway, I love on Easter when you guys eat those cookies.
No.
No, don't worry about it. The Almighty laughs. He has a sense of humor. Of course. I'm a Jew. I have nothing to fear. Laugh. I feel like Broderick Crawford in a bad movie. Look at the notes once in a while.
I don't
find
care
out what
about
the...
them. No, I've
Look at
known you
this.
2 years.
A kidnap. Look at this. The man has fan mail. Dear John, I'm 11. I'm lonely. Help me.
It was a letter I was going to read earlier, and I didn't
This
get around.
night, February 21st, you explain... May I read this?
I have to explain what it's about, because
Then I'd rather not read it.
rather
It's
serious.
crossed out here like, I'm locked in a cabin, find me.
How long has your show been on now? Sharky. Was this the first season?
Hey, I can't believe it. No, the second.
Second season.
We're rolling. You kidding? 3 executives at NBC went, it's on twice? But I am delighted with the show. We got a great cast, and I am just proud of the darn thing because the Navy, I was in the Navy, you were in the Navy, you were an ensign.
That's right.
And you were?
Colonel.
Colonel. Hi, Colonel. What was I? I was a seaman first class, kissing you know-what.
Seaman first class in what division? What was yours?
What division? Well, the division was painting. That
You
was-
know what I'm talking about.
What division? All of a sudden, I became a chemist.
Were you in-
What division
were you
was
in-
the basis of your Navy career?
Were you in gunnery, communication?
Gunnery? No. We didn't have, in those days, as you know, we didn't have radar. There was no radar. Ed, you up?
Yes.
There was no radar.
No radar.
You were a fighter pilot, right?
Yes, sir.
How did they get him in a cockpit?
Are you in, Ed? Come on, Ed. I'm in. Battle stations, I'm in. Let me get the cockpit. Did we hit?
Are we over Guadalcanal? Ed, you're fat, and get out of my life.
What were you in the Navy?
I was a seaman first class in the Navy. I went over the side of the ship. I had a coxswain. Navy expressions. That's right. And he was a guy that was in charge of the deck crew. And he went, all hands, all hands. Put that down close to me. The boom man, the one with the hearing problem. 40 million boom men, we got to get Johnny Ray's uncle. No, come here.
All hands. All hands are going on.
And the whole crew went, what?
You're hot. We're on a roll. We'll be right back.
We are back, and we're talking with Donald Rickles.
We kid around. You know, we you know what? I don't know why I get very. I said to Shirley Wood, one of your staff, and who's been with you for years, and you had, we go back to Rockville Center, New York, when I used to come on and just perspire for the sake of perspiring, you know. Malaria was, forget about it, a disease that I had automatically. And I realize now that we know each other 14 years or more.
At least.
And you started me on this show, and Flip Wilson's the only other guy that had ever said, started on the Carson show, you know, and you hate to get like, thank you, Johnny, thank you. You know, I've thanked you many times, you know. Oh, boy, did I thank you. But you were always a great guy. You always kept saying, did you thank me? And Ed always, good old Ed, always backed it up by saying, did you thank Johnny? And my whole life has been thank you. And now I tell you guys, I don't need you.
You got your own
That's
show,
the old
sailing
joke.
along?
You don't need it. But I got news. You need everybody in this business. But you have signed a $3 million deal to appear here once a week.
No, what do you... No.
And with a clause in, if you're moody, maybe. Because Ed told me that. He said, what a deal he's got. Huh? I got to sit on a couch like a moron, and I was a colonel. Guy was only an ensign. Boy, if World War II'd start again, he'd start saluting me and do that old trick again, you know. Shining the old apple, you know. Tell him what you told me, Ed, how you fed up and you want to get your own show. Guy wants to walk out. Speak up, Ed. Let him know it here and now. We are fed up, right, Ed?
Right, Don.
Ed, control yourself. It's a joke, Johnny. Let's get up and do our usual thing, Johnny.
Hey, did you serve aboard ship when you were in the service?
Yeah, I was on the AGP-13. We did 2 knots an hour. The Japanese at that time came in and went, oh, look at that. And all of us went, to your gun stations, and we went, the other way. No, being...
Did you rise in a rank in this? You went in as a seaman, trying to seaman.
What are you, with the CIA?
Am
I up on some sort of charges?
I've never talked to you about
No, you never did. You were like, all right, let's get down.
Service
but may I ask you in rebuttal what you did, okay? I'll tell you. First of all, I went to Sampson, New York. Where were you stationed?
All over. Cherry Point, North Carolina.
So was manure, but that don't make it a station.
What do you want? We all over.
Why, the Charlie Hero we got on our hands.
How many bases?
He's home, folks. Welcome him back. He's home. All over. What do you think he and I were doing? He was an ensign going, I wet my pants. And I was a seaman first class going, I don't like fighting. And those other guys went, over here. And Japanese, you are my dear friends, really. I got no...
How many do you know?
Huh? Well,
how many Japanese do you know?
I never knew. I saw one prisoner at the time of the war, and they are now our dear friends. In fact, I love them so much, my kid has all their toys.
I didn't know.
But, Don leading host, 1-0.
That's right.
But, really, I tell you, I was frightened to death, but it was a great experience. You have 2 kids, 2 fine sons. 3. Was that in a trailer camp?
That was it.
How many kids you have?
I have 4.
They're going to phone you in the morning. Anyway, and I have 2.
Yes.
And I have 1 in the Philippines. But, hey, the war was on. I was lonely. Ran after a truck. What did I know? You want candy? Like a dummy. I stopped. But,
I think my original question was, did you rise above seaman first class?
His original question, right.
Yeah.
No, I never went beyond seaman first class. Primarily because I wasn't bright enough. I put myself down a little bit because respecting Newhart and you, college, I never went to college. I always dreamed.
Well, I didn't mean to bring, I wasn't
No,
you down by saying.
No, you didn't bring me down. I'm saying it myself. I mean, I need help, doctor. But I always respected education. I really did. I came up from middle-class America without having too much of education. In other words, I was the only guy during the Regents in high school that was caught doing this, and the teacher said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm cheating. And the teacher, who was a lot of fun then, had little boils on the neck, one of those teachers, and went had a beer and said, you're thrown out of the class. And I blew it. And I went to Newtown High School, and I was the head of the Dramatic Society. And there's a lot of fallacy about actors, you know, that we skip around, you know, the stories when we were kids. as an actor. In Nebraska, they didn't have those. You never saw a guy, skipping the woods in Nebraska. Oh, you did, huh? I can't picture that. Sam, where's the tractor? But, I didn't know. I thought they were too busy milking all the time. But, you're a colonel. Wake up, huh? Battle stations. Ooga, ooga, ooga. I know you. You were saying, I'll be with you in a minute, Alice. But anyway, well, he was married once. Hey, guys, don't face reality. I'm married to a lovely Barbara, really. I'm going to go home tonight. She'll probably be in heat. They're always in heat when you are not ready. Isn't it the truth? I can see now, hi, pussycat, and I got to go by the bed and go, meow, meow.
Are you still doing that ridiculous game?
Yeah, one night I was a werewolf, but that got out of hand. I know where it is.
Okay.
Cheer up. Go ahead. Read the commercial. I'm thinking of $6 million on you.
We'll be right back.
So rich. You're so rich.